Okay, with that all set, let's get into our normal starts, and I'll just make some edits later for the YouTubes and the Rumbles and the other places. So beginning as normal, shoutouts for Him You Are, Stewie, Ike, Iron Legs, Lady Delin, Lexi Charisma, and Gorham as our current subscribers to the Twitch channel. We certainly appreciate the support. As a reminder, we do have that Tasha's Cauldron of Everything giveaway currently running. Once we hit 250 followers on Twitch, the drawing will commence. For those watching later on YouTube, Rumble, etc., make sure to check out the respective links on that page. Head over to our Twitch channel and click that follow button for free entry. And lastly, we do have that link down below here on the Twitch channel for our Teespring shop. Feel free to pop down there if you'd like some fancy shirts. If there's anything that anybody wants specifically to get made, let me know. I can work on that. That said, who would like to go over where we were last time?
We did it! We saved the city!
We saved the graveyard. Let's not be too dramatic.
Once they got out of the graveyard, where did you think they were going to go?
I mean, just saying, it's not like this is a city of adventurers. I think an undead swarm is like a once every 10-year event. I'm pretty sure they'd be fine.
Much more often than that. In fact, there's a yearly issue
a little
with the
off-season this year
portion of the Wizards Guild, where they're teaching the young ones, and they end up going out to the graveyard and causing mass issues. Just saying.
That's why we got to get kids on the necromancy and get them on the artificing. That's my goal. Get kids to stop messing with necromancy and get them to start messing with unstable magic and mundane items.
Yep.
Okay, so we defeated the advancing undead army, managed to save all the civilians somehow. And we noticed there was a fog, and then there wasn't a fog. We got invited to a pawn shop to maybe do some work, and we did not make contact, correct?
Correct.
Not yet.
Okay, I had been away from that. Draho left a bad Yelp review. Ark discovered his new Beardar ability. And the Rear Admiral specifically invited us to his home to discuss what happened and possibly taking us away. And anyone else who did things for themselves that I don't remember. Oh, also, Ark unintentionally upstaged Draho at the funeral.
Yeah.
So that would have left you guys outside of Quincy Blackmantle's large utilitarian-looking home. You had just knocked on the door, and in doing so, it only took a few moments before it opened. The Admiral stood there in full dress regalia, stating, "Good timing. I just recently returned from speaking with the Ravens Bluff Naval Command about the situation. Come in, tell me everything you know and what you want."
And we tell them everything we know.
And what we want.
And that would be... role-playing. Oh, no.
No.
For shame.
Roll. No. You expect me to take notes? Please. My notebook is too busy trying to keep track of business plans.
All right, so... where to start?
May I?
Oh, by all means.
Good sir. There, let's start. No.
And we're off.
So, you want the immediate threat or the larger picture?
All right, let's go with all of it.
So, the long and the short of it is, there's a group of angry undead people that are collecting an absurd number of dragon stones for the point and purpose of doing some form of a ritual that is going to subjugate our world, and many other worlds besides. That's bad. We're
Yes.
trying to stop it.
That it is.
You in?
I could be persuaded to help.
Eno was the one who sent us on originally on this task.
He was a good man. So, where is it that you're trying to get to?
The Pirate Isles.
I've had dealings with them. Not terribly problematic, but the passage will be expensive. Normally I charge a hefty fee for riding in me boat, but I'll give you a couple different options. Down in the Pirate Isles, one of the places that I've yet to be able to raid is the former lair of Eshaz the Red, a large red dragon. I could set you up, post your little trip to wherever in the Isles it is that you're going, and you can take on that little troublesome lizard for me. Alternately, I have another friend, Captain Blophodamus. He recently had most of his crew lost up in the Phlogium. You know what that is?
No.
So that's the weird kind of sailing space above us in the stars.
Oh.
That's trippy.
Yes. He crews a hammerhead ship capable of navigating through the Phlogium. Unfortunately, most of his crew was recently taken prisoner by an odd creature that he's only been able to explain as Raver. His ship at the moment is in dry dock here in the Bluff, receiving repairs. Once that's done, he'll be looking for adventurers to go up there and retrieve his crew. An experienced sort such as yourselves would probably make quick work of that. Do you have a preference?
Honestly, I'd be down for both.
Certainly doable. But it sounds
I
like
would
you
like
have
to meet this
pressing
red dragon.
matters.
All should be doable. In one form or fashion.
True. We could always come
Kaizen.
back to Esage later.
Yeah?
What do you think?
As long as we get to deal with the undead drow first.
Oh, of course, of course. We'll take you to the Pirate Isles. Is there a specific one that you're trying to get to?
I pull out the map and I point to the one we're supposed to go to.
I see. So, moment.
Sounds like that vicious dragon is reared up.
Yes.
Okay. Hang on.
So
And-
vicious.
So I point out like the specific spot on there too. Supposedly there's some kind of fortress here that we need to reach.
Okay, yep, so that's gonna be Imerk's hold. Terrible bit of a den. Hugest portion of the pirate flotilla docks there. Easily 5,000 men, women, children that live in that city. Not too problematic. I can get you in there. I have a few back channel options. But it'll take me a good 2-3 days to get ready for that. You need to do a bit of brewing.
Man, I'm fine with
I
that.
look
I've
at the
got
rest
things
of-
to do in town.
I look over. Is that still within the timetable that we're running against?
Should be fine. We've still got, I think, another week or so before he'd. We're late, I think. Maybe 2 weeks.
We got to think travel time to the location once we land. So
I'm pretty sure once we land, he's going to give us a little extension if needed.
let's maybe not count on that. Not everyone is a 25% stake with you.
Let's really not count on anything.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a drow that cheated on the drow to become undead. Trustworthy
but
is not anywhere in
Drow
that
betraying
person's
Drow
books.
is pretty common, so you can't really hold that against him.
Okay.
I wasn't
that's
holding
aside-
it against him. I was stating a fact.
So social interactions aside, I think we should stick to the timetable we were given pretty strictly.
Okay.
So what is this timetable?
It was 3 weeks, wasn't it?
Yep.
Originally.
Three
Yeah.
10-day.
And we're currently a 10-day into this, I think. We haven't. We haven't
We're
even
about-
completed our first 10-day.
You were about halfway through it. Because it took us a few days to get up to the surface. After that. So, I think we have a little more... I think we have a little more than half of that time left. Yeah, a little more than half of that time left to go.
Doable.
D-
Getting down
DM
to the
for-
Pirate Isles will only take 2 days worth of sailing.
Okay. So that would give us probably just under 10 days to get where we're going and sort through it. So, and I don't think we're just gonna walk in there. There's definitely gonna be stuff to slow us down. So,
You say we're going to the Pirate Isles?
oh yeah,
Oh.
you just joined the group.
Oh yeah, I was thinking, could we like dress up like pirates and stuff and sing pirate songs?
I mean, we're gonna be
As long
on
as you're not doing it on my boat.
Oh,
we're
okay.
gonna be on a formal military craft. So.
Oh, okay. Just I get really excited on boats, just to let you know.
Yeah, you probably don't want to tag along with us for too long. We're about ready to go start a confrontation with an undead drow that has giant
Oh.
flaming whips that can travel through dimensions.
I'm sure it'll make a great story, though.
Aren't drow the elves that live under the ground?
Yes, the lesser beings, as we call them.
Oh, yes. of course.
As you call them. Yeah, we've encountered a few. Generally, yes, this one's also a death knight, so
Oh,
little
I
bit-
don't. That doesn't sound
a
good.
little different.
Okay.
Yeah, you're welcome
Or
to come
you walk
along. I
into a
can always
lot.
use an extra meat shield, but
Oh,
You know,
thank you.
fair
I
warning.
appreciate that.
I'd hate for you to show up and say, "Oh, you didn't tell me to expect this."
Draho, when you say we need an extra meat shield, that hurts me on a personal level. Like I'm not good enough.
They get past you sometimes. I've taken way too many powerful attacks to the face.
That's because you don't disengage. Anyway,
Last
Anyway.
time I disengaged, I chased a drow through a booby trap line.
anyway. So, yeah. How long? It'll take you what? 2? I still have some things in the shop that need to be enchanted, but once we get those back, I'm good to go.
Aye, as I said, it'll take about 3 days for me to prep the boat.
All right.
So the morning of the 3rd, soon as the rooster crows, come to slip 13.
With 13. Okay.
We have an accord?
Yeah, sounds like a plan.
Good with me.
All right. He reaches his hand out for someone to shake it.
I'll put out mine. We fought literally side by side for a while in that fight, so
All right. You two shake.
I make sure it's nice and firm.
Oh, he does so as well.
Draho doesn't seal business deals with shaking. He likes to nod.
I like how I don't shake hands. I have people for that.
Yeah. Droho's sealing of a deal is money trade's hand.
Pretty much. No, he's a paperwork guy through and through. If there's not a contract, he is not comfortable handing you any money.
Okay, so 3 days. Let's
Aye.
get what we need.
All right. Where would you guys like to go now?
Does anyone need to do any shopping?
No, but I do need to go basically, because it's 3 days downtime, Draho's gonna have to say, I have got to go stop by the Magus Guild, conduct some business, and then go see the governor about some more business. So I will catch up with you guys later. And as I walk out the shop, Rokar, my little pseudo dragon, flies down and lands on my shoulder. He was chilling above the building. The first time he's been out of
The
his
shop.
box since
You mean
anyone
the
has met him.
Admiral's house?
Yeah. Admiral's a business.
Sure.
Should we check into this Mad Dolphin house also that we got a missive from?
Yeah, I checked that out during business hours.
Oh, I forgot that was a thing. So yeah, Draho disappear after we do that. I forgot we even had to go there. That was a whole week ago.
Which is a very Draho thing to do, to be fair.
That's so Draho.
He's getting it.
So
Okay.
heading off to the Mad Dolphin then as a group, or splitting up to do your
Yes.
downtimes, then doing that.
Let's go to the Mad Dolphin, and then we'll split for downtimes, and then we'll meet back at the docks.
So let's go to
3
the
days.
Crazy Flipper.
All right. On your way over to the Mad Dolphin, you do spy an odd-looking vendor. His cart and booth overly stuffed with particularly interesting furs, pelts, and leathers. From first glance, there seems to be a wide range of animals. Rabbit, wolf, cow, and bear are the ones easily identified, but others not so easily figured out. There are some large-scaled hides and ice-white looking wolf pelts that seem to have morning dew crystallized on the surface. A large sign above the stall reads Theo's trappings.
I would like to talk to this guy.
You can see that he's just opening up for the morning. Larger, kind of rotund looking short man.
Good morning.
Oh, hello. Just starting up. How can I help you today? Do you need some furs, some hides?
Yes, actually, I had a little project in mind, and I'm looking for some sturdy hide that could, take a decent beating. Almost to the point of being near armor quality.
I see. Well, I do have some more interesting ones if you're interested.
Show me.
Certainly. And he kind of opens his cart. The top drawers slide open and out. And beneath are what look like wolf pelts, but they're kind of ice covered. Next to that are odd kind of almost dragon, but not. They look like large serpent-ish, red. But the way they're splayed out, they almost look upper man in body, lower body would have been snake. Next to that, there are just a slew of black scales, each one individually carved and all about yay big in size. And then there's a really odd looking kind of tiger hide that certainly looks more like it would belong to a person in the way that it's been skinned out, but it is very obviously tiger in fur.
Metagame question. Do the thumbs look weird?
They do.
Does this remind me of a certain hut we visited months ago?
It does.
Does it look like it was that fat?
No, it doesn't.
Okay. Well, there's more than one way to skin out a Rakshasa. All right. So as far as durable, to give you an idea of how much I'm going to need, this is going to be sort of like a gut belt type of situation. So full round belly, and I'm going to be strapping some attachments to it.
Well, I see. Any preference in color or style?
Going for practical first, but after that, sure, it's something pretty. I'd like to match sort of my garb here, which is, mostly dark greens and browns.
So he points at the four that are in that kind of underbooth. These you'd probably want if you're planning on doing some form of enchanting with them. They each have personal properties that make them really good for that sort of thing. But
not so much enchantment. I'm crafting with it.
gotcha. No, in that case, I would suggest one of the bear hides. They're rather thick in the way that they are grown, and so capable of taking quite a beating.
Oh, don't I know it? All right, let's talk about the bear hides then.
Okay, so he slides those 2 drawers back over that middle section and kind of swings open side of the stall where rack after rack after rack of bear hide is hanging. No head like attached to it, just hide itself.
But I'm sure by now he's noticed the one that I'm wearing on my back.
Yep. And he's like, well, I think, and he kind of filters through a few of them, pulls one out, and he's like, this would probably match what you've got currently.
Very, very nice. Okay. And I look up, check the thickness and everything. And looks like it itself can take some punishment.
Absolutely.
Okay. How much for that?
Well, this one would only run you 25 gold.
Oh, done.
All right. Would you like that wrapped?
Sure. And I tip him an extra gold for the wrapping.
All right. So he rolls it up, pulls out what looks like butcher paper, and starts rolling it around it. It ends up looking like a large Tootsie Roll, just in brown wrapping paper.
We'll find out how many licks it takes to get to the center of Ark. So, now you can take that either as or well. Now what do you have in the way of like oils or waxes that can help further preserve it?
Oh, absolutely. And so he kind of pulls out from the bottom drawer. Well, there are a variety of different types. Do you have an inkling on what kind of weather you're going to be expecting?
Well, what we're immediately looking at is open ocean, and then probably some more jungle tropical kind of situation.
Okay, so you're definitely going to want something that's going to be able to handle that ocean. This here, and he pulls out this weird-looking jar that's filled with what looks to be kind of translucent, but it shimmers almost rainbowish in the morning sunlight. This is actually jellyfish goo. So, I know, it sounds a little weird, but it's one of the best things to put onto leathers that are going to be going out into the ocean. Covers just about everything you need, keeps it waterproof, and makes sure that none of that nasty salt air corrodes your leathers.
Sweet. Totally. Okay, how much for that?
This is only 5 gold.
Paying the man.
All right. Sets that out for you.
Very, very nice. Now, do you sit up here regularly? I had still exploring the whole town. Or
more often than not. I'm pretty staple here.
All right. I make a note of that particular location.
Okay.
I think you and I are. Well, if I find anything of particular note too, I'll see if I have a moment to maybe harvest it for you and help you out.
Oh, that'd be fantastic. I don't get out too much these days.
But judging by, and I point at the frosty wolf pelt, you do deal with some exotic things there. Actually, I would like to make a nature check to see if I can identify that as what I, the person, not the character, think it is.
Go for it.
First roll of the night is a natural 20.
Nice.
So just
way to waste it.
This is not a
Not
waste.
really.
This is inquiring about further business prospects. If anyone should appreciate it, it's you. So for a total of 23, because I am not bright.
It is what you think it is. Go for it.
Winterwolf?
It is.
Being from up north, I would have at least heard of, if not encountered these. So, Winterwolves, am I right?
You are. Very hard to come by in these parts, though. Provide excellent ice resistance and dealing with the cold.
Given how how hard it is to bring the beast down, just difficult to get a hold of in general.
Absolutely.
Right. Well, if I find any interesting pieces, I'll see if I have the time to collect them for you.
Well, fantastic. That'd be great.
See what we can work out.
Wonderful.
So, all right, pleasure doing business with you.
Yeah, most definitely. You guys have yourselves an absolute wonderful day. If anything else comes up, you just come right on back. I'm almost always here.
All right. Thank you guys for humoring me when I made eye contact with the kiosk guy. Ricky didn't.
Theo's furs, you said?
Theo's trappings.
Theo's trappings.
Okay.
All right. Heading over to the Mad Dolphin. So, arriving at the corner of Silgarth and Moorland, you come to a little shop. There stands a copper sign where 2 dagger tips are crossed, and below has Mad Dolphin House stamped in the tarnished metal. The front porch spans the entire length of the small building. There's another sign above the door that says welcome.
So we're going in?
Yeah, I'm
Okay.
following you guys. I'm not allowed to make decisions anymore.
As you walk inside, you realize that the shop is somewhat spacious, roughly 20 foot by 30 foot rectangular. Many weapons are adorning the walls, and 4 tables are provided to what look to be inspect weapons by kind of the nicks and cuts on the table. The more expensive pieces seem to be behind the counter, and you can see a helmet and chainmail in the corner, and an open door to a back room with a sign that reads larger sized goods. Out comes a man from that back room, a bit darker in complexion, robed in kind of a light tannish color. Welcome, welcome, my friends. My name is Jalen. How may I assist you to... Oh, wait. No. You are the adventurers. You received the message, didn't you?
I like this guy already.
Yes.
That would be us.
Come. I have pastries and tarts and everything being prepared just for your arrival. I was hoping you'd come in the morning. That's when they're the freshest. He leads you over to a small table in a kind of corner-ish area. An assortment of fruit tarts, eclairs, bacon and egg stuffed croissants, a stack of mound of chocolate-covered profiteroles, just oozing some kind of wonderful-looking cream from within. All of these are centered around a set of personal-sized apple tart tatons. Please, enjoy yourselves. I was hoping you'd come. Tell me, what are you in the market for these days? I know that you've just purchased the house.
Well, it was actually gifted to us.
Oh, gifted. Even better. That means more money to spend.
Well, first we were mostly interested in the work you were offering.
Oh, no work in specific. I was just hoping that you guys would come by, check out my wares.
Oh, okay.
What do you sell?
Just about everything. So what we come to here is predominantly estate sales. So we receive things from old adventurers that have passed away and their families don't want to deal with the weird magical stuff. Good chunk of it tends to go out the door pretty quick, but we do keep a lot of the, shall we say, larger sized items that not too many people can afford. So small boats, carriages, things along those lines. Lots of various different statues, furniture. But I'll tell you what, he kind of leans into the table almost conspiratorially. Got a couple things right now that might interest you. Wait right here. And he goes rushing off in kind of this half-cocked super smile of, oh my gosh, I can't believe they're here. Momentarily,
he has the super fanboy look on his face.
he does.
I mean,
Actually, he has the super
understandable.
deep
This is the way.
pockets look on his face.
This is
What was
the way
that?
you should look when Drawho comes into your shop.
Real quick, we still have a handful of items that we haven't managed to fully identify, correct?
Correct.
Okay.
So what were you
Just
saying,
What was
Kaizen?
the?
He has the look of, oh boy, they have really deep pockets.
Yes.
And, oh boy, they might just be crazy enough to buy the thing.
I'm just saying I'm glad we have a room full of people who can cast detect magic.
True. So he comes rushing back, and with him, he's carrying, first off, a large rolled-up item under his left arm. His right hand, he's carrying a very small ring. He sets the ring on the table, and then lightly sets what looks to be probably either a rug or a tapestry next to it. Pretty interesting, right?
Yeah.
You want to know more, don't you?
Yeah.
All right.
Would you like to know more?
Sell me this pen.
The ring here is a family heirloom. You can see from it that it looks like a standard ring of protection, but it's a bit more intricate. So it's that ring that has the shield encrusted with gems and whatnot. It specifically, the gem-encrusted shield is silver-scaled dragon claws that are holding holding a red ruby in kind of a four-tipped talon motif, where it's sitting on kind of a circular bed of amethyst. He picks it up.
It's a big ring.
And turns it around. And inscribed on the inside, it says, "Slay dragons, rear nobles." One of the most powerful rings of protection that has come through this shop. Not just your standard ring.
What does it do other than a standard ring?
So a standard ring minorly protects you. This one has greater magic capability. Protects you even better.
Majorly protects you.
One could say.
If you would allow our associate here, and I point down to Kibble.
Oh, whoa. Okay.
To just inspect. He's with us. He's good.
He's not
He's
gonna
our
run off with
inspector.
it.
No.
Those kinds are generally pretty handsy.
Yeah, no, he's learned his lesson. We've got him trained.
Okay. So
just like him,
he goes to
take a
hand
moment
over the ring.
Kibble, if you could just take a few moments to identify this while the gentleman tells us about the other item.
Okay.
And make sure that he gets it back, okay?
Okay.
All right.
Okay.
So tell us about the other thing. Just make sure he can see where you're holding it the whole time, okay?
So you can see, and he's just kind of staring at Kibble at the time, and he's slowly rolling that tapestry out. He's like, the magic on this is somewhat unknown. It's a thick, lusciously sewn tapestry. It's easily 7 feet tall, 4 foot wide, and displays a menacing knight in plate armor that seems to be standing alert and ready for battle. To each of you, it feels like the eyes on the knight are staring in your direction, and no matter where you move, it continues to follow.
Oh, this must have been recovered by the famous adventuring group Mystery Inc.
Probably. So, what I'm told, and that the diviners have been able to kind of figure out about it, it's some form of home defense item. I'm not sure how specifically it works, but what it's supposed to do is that night, if somebody comes breaking into your house, we'll pop off the tapestry, kill whatever tried to break into your house, and then pop back in.
I look at everyone else, I'm like, we are going to be out of the house a lot. This wouldn't be the worst idea.
Put it right next to the front door.
It's a great space for it. Everybody comes in the front, right?
But is it pretty?
It is. Like, the sewing on it is so immaculate, and there's not even a hint of dirt to it.
Question.
But of course,
How does it identify who's supposed to be in the house, who isn't? Because I don't want to come home late at night. Perhaps I've had a few too many, and suddenly my tapestry starts trying to murder me.
that is a good
It
question.
happened to my uncle.
That is an awkward statement.
Well, we have that dome thing, right? That we can set up, and it knows who is or is not allowed through it, right? It
It just
probably
needs
has.
to know that this thing isn't going to try and kill one of us whenever we come in the house.
So, when you go to put it up, whoever's in the room at the time is considered acceptable in the house. They're an owner of the house, one could say. As long as someone is with an owner of the house, they won't be attacked. So any guests are
What?
totally safe.
But here's the thing. I have a lot of security that go in and out of the house a lot of the time. Do I have to get everyone in the house to not get them attacked?
Or at
Like
least
you
a
can't-
good enough amount of people to walk with the others?
I feel like this thing's going to be more trouble than it's worth.
Speaking of, how much are you asking for that one?
For the tapestry, only 3,500 gold.
I look at draw home.
That's a steal. The last time this
30.
sold, it was for over 13,000.
And why did it come back to you?
It did its job, and unfortunately, the person that owned it before has passed away in their bed at night. Nothing mysterious about it.
At the age of 80?
Roughly around there, yeah. He was a bit of a drinker. Yeah, probably gave him a bit of an early grave. Really nice guy, though.
Okay. See, there's too many catches to this thing, and I see too many ways it's going to kill one of my employees, and then I'm going to have to pay out the widow, and that's going to have to come out of the budget. And then I won't be able to buy the new furnishings. It just seems like there's going to be a lot more trouble than it's worth in this thing in the long run.
Why don't we?
All
Can
we
you
really
can you teach it to authorize people? Can I just be like, can it be set up with a code word? If you say the code word when you enter the house, it doesn't kill you.
Well, that
there
would be
anything
something
we
that you'd
can do
have
like
to
this?
speak to the Guardian about specifically. Because it can
Oh, you can
come
talk
out
to it?
upon command. It doesn't
Can you
speak,
bring,
though.
since it's obviously in your
Um,
possession, can you bring it out and ask it?
Once it's hung in a place that it's going to be securing, yes.
So do we get a refund if it's incapable of doing what I asked?
Depends on what you're trying to ask it. Like, if you're asking
Ask
it
it
to
if
try
there's-
and cook, that's not going to work.
No,
we've
just
got
ask
people
it
for
to in some way ask for some, or identify some sort of, authorization code or something so
you
that
want a
people
secret
that are
password,
supposed
don't you?
Yes, because I do not want one of my guards to get killed doing their normal routes. And
Yes.
I'm not
You know
about to
I
take
can
every
almost
guard
guarantee
I hire.
you're going to be fine with that.
Now, I
Great.
believe Kaizen had something to say on the matter.
I would like to point out two things. Thing one, you have an artificer for that. It has all the time in the world to study this particular artifact and glean all of its secrets. Right? Two, why are you being very, very complicated? You haven't cared about the life or security of any of your security force up till now. Why picky now?
Because I have insurance
Three,
if they die
if we
during
have
the line
this
of duty.
thing,
I don't if they
Do we
die
really
in the
need them
house.
in the house? I'm pretty sure one of them's been in my room. And I swear to Jigus, if I find out who is been in my bed, I'm going to make it unpleasant for them.
You're
Desperately.
gonna have to talk to one of my
unpleasant for
captains
them.
about that. They're the ones that handle all that.
Well, we've got a few days to decide.
No, he wanted 3,500.
Correct.
Let me see here. Let me dig into. As Draho pulls out a scroll with a lot of numbers.
I
etched
see him
into it.
continuing to peer over at Kibble.
I mean, he's seen him do the incantation. He's probably very familiar with it.
Oh,
So-
yeah.
Those
Is
pastries
there,
are
like when there's
delicious.
ritual, I feel that there should be like a percentage tennis bar always going.
Wow, I'm actually short.
I mean, you are an elf.
No. I've only got 3,370, so I wouldn't be able to buy it anyways.
So you're willing, but it's a matter of fundage.
It is
To be fair,
100% a matter of funding.
to be fair, if this is something that we agree that we want, it is sort of a group purchase, because we all benefit from it.
That is true, so we could use the group funds. Speaking of Kedra, where'd you put the group funds?
That is a good question.
I think that's in the. I think that's in the. Should be in the party sheet, but it's pocket change at this point.
That is also true.
I just went so I can keep track of how much. to spend.
Yes, so on the Arachnophobia home base, you've got 1,753 gold and 7 silver that you've accrued over there.
Okay.
Double check the cards.
1,053. You sure?
Yep.
Seems low compared to what I said to put in there once we.
Well, we
So
only
that's-
barely started doing it, so
Yeah, but our last score, I thought I said to put a good percentage over.
Nope. In the last one, everything had basically been doled out to the characters, and you guys haven't adjusted any of that as of yet. There is also an additional 31 gold in the first adamantine supply cart. None in the second. It's a little poor.
Will you accept a note of acquiring?
Oh, of course.
I would gladly give you a note. You can head over to the bank, cash it out. When you've recovered your funds, you can make delivery of the object.
Yes, absolutely. And at this point, you can see Kibble has finished up, and his eyes have gone kind of wide.
What's up, Kibble?
I know you're excited. Kibble wants to do.
It's like a ring of protection, but better. It protects better.
In what ways? Just
So-
the same way, but better.
Same way, but better, yeah.
And how much would you like for the ring?
Well, the ring, that's hard to come by. So that one has a price of 7,500 gold pieces.
$7,500.
Correct.
Kibble, when you were in school, they taught you multiplication, right?
That's where you take numbers and make them happen by other numbers?
Okay, so I hold up 2 fingers, right?
Yep.
And I go, okay, so you have 2 here, and then if you double that, you got 2 2s,
That's right.
and that's 4. Okay.
Mhm.
So using that same method, how much better at protecting is this ring than a normal ring of protection?
So if we took like the one that one of you has and the one that Navarre has and put them both on, if that would work. I'm not sure if that would work, but it would work like that.
So 1 and 1, so that's double.
Yeah.
Guys, I'm a teacher. Okay. And just for metagame purposes, I'll have to look it up in the book. That's just is that a +1 to AC only, or +1 to AC and saving?
AC and saving throws.
And
And
this
it's an
one
attunement item.
is not attunement.
Money now.
Ooh.
Well, one of you guys that has cash probably want to pick that.
I just did.
Oh,
Did you want it?
if you didn't have the cash for it, I was going to have the cash for it.
How about we go halvesies and share for now?
You share a ring.
It's not a tune. It's not a tune, so we can just pass it around as needed.
Just start hucking jewelry at each other like we're on some
What
sort
is
of
your
quest to a
current
mountain.
AC?
Mike, what?
What is your current AC?
You can have it.
Oh, Looks like Bert dropped out.
That is a fair and very solid point.
Did we lose him?
Nope.
Are you talking about me?
Nope, Bertrand.
I was gonna say he's not even in the fan. Wonder if he's having computer problems.
Probably.
So yes, both of these are rare and interesting items. I'd be very interested in both of them. 10,000 for the pair.
Give me a persuasion check.
Do we have advantage because he's so excited about all our money?
No, he's still a businessman.
First time purchase, you want to get us make a good impression.
I'm at advantage because Kai and I were actually kind of fighting over who gets the ring.
That'll give you. Go ahead and roll again, Kai.
I helped. I did not help. I did not help.
So that was a 5 and a 1 on the roll, so a 12 and an 8. Do you want to use any inspiration? I see that look, Misaki. That look right there is you're spending points for a forced reroll.
Maybe the camera's a bad thing.
No, I love it. It's very intensive. And there it is. Go ahead and roll again, Kai.
I seem to suck up a lot of these rerolls.
I'm okay with that.
Okay,
Are you freaking kidding me?
2 ones in a row, ladies and gentlemen. 2 ones in a row.
I can't really let that stand.
I'm gonna take a cup of tea and start walking towards that back room. Goes, what's back here?
Oh, go ahead and take a look. Lots of great things back there.
And then I'll walk back there and sip my tea and look at all the overly large things that are in the back room.
Alrighty.
Can I pull aside since Draho's got business suave and just say, so, I realize you like to make a deal. You want to sell your stuff. You can't find anyone else to unload this on. We're first-time buyers. How about you give us the first-time buyer discount? If these things are good at the price he asked, yeah, I say it'd be a good first investment. We'll be back if it does what it promises.
For that, I'll go ahead and give Kaisman one more inspiration roll.
Don't screw this up.
Oh,
Yes, there it is.
There it is.
That was almost
It was close.
terrible.
That balanced between 7 and 17 for way too long.
Okay. I can make that deal. Let's go ahead. 10K for both.
Fabulous.
All right. Go ahead and make the fundage adjustments on your character sheets.
Well, once again, we have to spirit bomb something Kaizen's doing.
That's the Draho magic, baby. I'll haggle you down until you own part of my business.
And with that, he picks up one of those tarte tatin and these are just wonderful. Please try some.
I'm gonna pick up like a huge handful of them, and then pick up more handfuls and start putting in my pocket and say, "They're for my pet."
If you'd like, I can get a to-go bag for you.
Could you please?
See, before you even said that, I was going to make a joke about the Olive Garden.
So you see him turn and go, and 2 very small children come running out of another room with very
Are they the to-go bags?
Not quite.
Whoa, we did not
I was
sign up
going to be
work out
very
today.
confused.
with very large, like thin cardboard box type things, and they set them before you.
Excellent. I'm going to load the cookies in them, or whatever he has, like just the various pastries. Close it up and say, "Thank you. My dragon will be happy."
Wonderful.
I can just see Draho smashing stuff into this box to fill it as full as he can.
He is
destroying the pastries in the process.
Oh no, there's plenty enough room for everything. They even set it in like a secondary layered double stack option for you, and help you load everything in there.
There's little section walls inside the boxes.
Yep.
Well, if I've got space for it, then Drahu would definitely load it in appropriately by size. Make it very proper because he is a noble.
All right.
When he thought he was getting a better deal, he was going to have to make room for it. He's willing to cram, but
So
yeah,
that said,
it's all for my dragon and my kobold.
Misaki, as you enter that back room, the back room is littered with various styles of furniture, large bronze statues, exquisite-looking silverware. But directly in front of the door as you first enter the room, there are two enormous statues consisting of bronze altar-like vases covered in blue roses with silver lions lazily sitting there staring at you.
Cat's gonna be cat.
Do these have a home feel to them, or are they more of a...
There's definitely more of a Western vibe from them.
Okay. And there's a pair of them?
Correct.
Sorry, I had a delivery.
Not a problem. Ooh, good delivery.
Yeah. Interesting. Sure to inquire about those when he comes to find me. Those could probably go on either side of the door.
That they could.
Or the gate.
They're definitely big enough for that. Like, they're sized and of the material that they look, you think that it would take more than
so
just
what
Ark by
else is it here?
himself
Because
to
those
pick
are
them up.
interesting.
Beyond that, it's kind of a, like if you were to go into like a large pawn shop. So there are small boats, like paddle boats, various different wagons, and these larger items are hanging from the ceiling. So it's a suspended wagon.
He's just got it like suspended from the ceiling, or is it just
Yep.
floating in midair and no connections?
Suspended from the ceiling, so you do see the connector ropes.
Okay.
In addition to that, there are like vases, a couple of which do feel Karatoran. So there's like a couple that are almost pure white with one that has white kind of, or not white, light blue accents, and another one that's a light red accent. Pair of each of those. And these probably stand up to almost like chest level on you, and are easily your width times 2 in circumference.
Those are big.
Yes.
Those are very big. So, we'll need to make note of the vases.
Mhm.
So, a total of 4. 2 with the blue and 2 with the red accenting.
Correct.
Okay.
And they seem to have some sort of almost waxy substance around the upper ring.
As in, they had a seal in them and someone removed it and emptied the contents?
Most likely.
Hmm. Have a religion check.
Go for it.
Nope.
You think they were probably for alcohol?
Okay.
What, urns?
Large vases. Vases, if you prefer.
Sometimes
Yeah.
some spirits would be kept in porcelain containers.
Yeah, but these seem like they're decorative, so.
That's why they're pretty. Still
It's
keep it.
possible.
Sip my tea and continue wandering through the what is now obviously a warehouse.
Yep. Beyond that, it seems to be predominantly junk assets from estate sales. The further back you get, the more ratty things seem to look.
Yeah. But you never know if you're going to find a diamond.
Yeah, it's true.
And he's not found me, and neither have my compatriots, so I'm going to continue to wander.
All right. What's everybody else doing?
Well, while we're in the front where all the weapons are.
So up there, as far as weapons on the wall, you're seeing just a variety of various different ages and styles. So you have longswords, rapiers. The only one that truly catches your eye, oddly enough, looks like a thin stick with no crossguard, with a very sharp point.
Gibble.
It looks like a thin stick with no crossguard and a sharp point.
Yep. Like if you were
About
to take a foil and remove the crossguard for it.
Oh, so
That
almost
is
like
curious.
almost like a training sword.
Almost.
Can I pick it up and look at it?
Oh, absolutely. It's not hung far up on the wall. It's about eye level.
You say that like I'm short.
It's not behind the counter, I think is the point.
Yeah, that's the main thing. I wanted to make sure it was where I could actually access it without having to like step over his desk and push him aside.
Yep, absolutely. So,
Yeah.
picking that up, you can see that the blade is circular for the most part, but seems to come into kind of a tri-point as it gets further down to the end of the blade.
Huh.
Like a poem?
Kind of.
I'm gonna take it and just give it a once over. Maybe
You're
do a few
dinky.
practice stabs because I'm a fencer and all. What with my fighting style, like give it some practice stabs and flurries.
It feels exceptionally light compared to like your normal rapier. It is probably half a foot shorter, but even for its length, its speed feels faster.
I'm gonna ask him. This is a weird sword. Can you explain it to me?
Oh yes, so that is from a bygone era. In fact, those these days are outlawed. You'll notice that it has that tri-point kind of ending there. What that actually does, when you stick that into something, your normal sword goes in and comes out appropriately. That actually pushes the flesh aside, creates a much bigger hole than what it looks like it should, and truly rends the insides. It's exquisite and very, very illegal.
And I'm sure it's really hard to
Is it
stick
out
cleanly.
in the display?
Indeed.
So it's not magical. It's just a very gruesome weapon of war.
Indeed.
How much?
That is only 100 gold.
100 gold?
Mhm.
I will make that purchase.
Okay.
Of course, you buy the forbidden weapon.
You put it on the wall, and it becomes a centerpiece. People come over to sit in your foyer and drink brandy. You talk about how you have illegal weapons. I mean, at this point,
as
now
you're
that I think
looking
about it,
over,
that's the
go ahead and
same
give me
thing
a
you do if you
perception.
live in Kentucky.
Anyway, the chainmail and helmet that's off in the corner. Does that look exceptional in any way?
Not particularly. It looks old.
Okay.
You see what looks to be within the chainmail.
Finish your food or give it to him, and he'll
right
leave
arm.
you alone. Finish your food.
Crest of Ravens Bluff there,
But
but very, very aged.
so it's got definitely actual signs of age and like some light tarnishing.
Oh, definitely.
Okay. So it seems like most of the stuff in here is mundane, and it's just like a resale shop.
Predominantly. Most of the magic items tend to get sold fairly quickly.
Fair enough. All right. Well, we at least scored 2 very nice things, so. And I'm sure we can come back for the occasional oddity.
Oh, that you can. Anytime that you'd like to come back, and if you'd like, as soon as there are magical items that come into the shop, or anything of true curiosity, I'm happy to send a runner up to your home.
Oh, please do.
Of course.
Could you please?
of
And
course.
keep an eye out for anything. I have a personal desire to collect, what should I call them? Relics of elven design, things from back before, like, my grandpa was born.
Oh, okay. Yeah, we do have some elves in the city. Not too many of them are terribly old, so that may be some time.
You say that like people don't just have elven product.
Not enough, especially nobles within the city. That tends to be held by the noble elves.
Did they call you
Greedy. So also send a runner if you have anything like that comes through that seems interesting.
Yes, we most certainly will.
Okay.
You mentioned that he had some statuary?
Yes, in the back room, there are so many different statues back there. The best are, of course, close to the front door.
I would go take a look at those.
All right.
I'll go with him.
Okay.
It's out of curiosity.
So, likewise, as you guys enter in, you see those enormous bronze altar statues of the silver lions, where the base of it looks like it's encrusted in blue roses.
Those look cool.
Now, beyond that, there are a smattering of other statues, most of which seem to be aged, and so oftentimes will be either missing a piece or have enough wear and tear on, say, the face that it almost looks like a blank mask.
Oh.
Very old. But what you didn't count on is my next character is an archaeologist. No. It belongs in a museum.
Do any of these statues bear religious iconography?
Go ahead and give me an investigation check.
Meanwhile, Arch is trying to figure out the whole suspension of the carts thing.
They look like they're predominantly chained up there.
Okay.
And
Nice.
Flex.
At 20. Unfortunately, no, there are not any that are religiously significant. You do find a couple that look like they may have once had markings, very faintly. The two that you do, looking at that kind of pattern there, you would assume that one being somewhat of a kind of large, almost scaled man, looks like it may be related to Umberly, and another of a kind of bestial nature where the face that has been kind of worn through time is bent over in kind of a crouched posture, has a space on it that, as you rub over it, you're like, yeah, that's probably Malar.
Ooh. Nothing that's really speaking to me.
About how many carts are suspended from the ceiling?
In the front area, about 3. But you do see, like, further back, there's much older carts that probably a good 10 to 15.
Okay, and various states of upkeep.
Indeed.
But most look, if not in one piece, but like fairly easily repaired.
Oh yeah, they all look functional. Some are just more gilded than others.
Gotcha. Okay. I'll actually bring Draho back. I'm like, we were talking about something about a transportation system, right?
Yes.
Something to keep in mind for later when we get back.
What, the wagons that are suspended?
Yeah. Could probably
Yeah.
get some kind of bulk discount on this or something. Again, for later.
That is all I do is find discounts on stuff.
discounts.
Ark's been hanging around Draho enough that he's starting to get the concept of making like deals. Like,
Deal.
yeah.
I'm like those guys from American Pickers. I just go through, this looks old, give you $20. That's like 500 deal. I don't care. I throw the money at them.
Okay.
All right, what would you guys like to do next?
Well, that was the stuff we had to do as a group, so
What we should
assumably we
probably
all
do is go back to our makeshift barrack/warehouse, see if there's any supplies we want to bring with us, and specifically mention that we're taking them so we don't end up in a dungeon without our 10-foot pole or ladder.
Okay. That's very
happened
aggressively
once.
said.
All right.
I'm kind of an aggressive guy. I don't know if you've seen me fight before.
So
but-
what do you think we could need? I've got the list up now for the home base, and I can also open up, I think, is it Adamantine Cart 1 or 2 that has all our supplies?
Probably one.
That is a good question.
I'll pull both of them up.
Uh-oh. Looks like
I think
Misaki
the,
dropped
one
his
does-
phone.
One has
Gonna be one
all
of
of the
those days.
supplies. Okay.
I
So I don't
think
think 2 has anything.
No, it does
I
not.
think for
Okay.
one, as much rope as we have, you never have too much rope.
Okay.
Um,
What I'm going to do is I'm just going to move, since I've got access to it, I'm just going to move stuff over to the party inventory if you tell me
Right.
what we need.
and I'm sure we can make an official list after.
Well, that's what the party inventory is. It's our official list
I mean of what
that
we're
you can all
taking.
access.
Of what we're
Yeah.
taking. So.
Oh, okay. Yeah, we got 2 10-foot poles. If you want to
Okay.
make a 20-foot pole, we can do it.
It'd probably more be like 19 with putting it together. But anyway, point being is that we're going to make sure that we're officially declaring that we're taking it with us this time.
Yes,
Okay.
we are taking the equipment we need. We
Yes.
definitely need the loose textile bolts, and for sure we need the barley. 100.
Yes, let's bring the silk. You never know where you're going to need that in the middle of a dungeon.
So
We really should get those things sold eventually.
We do have a lot of random trade goods.
That said, go ahead and move anything that you're wanting over to your character sheet. Beyond that, you guys move into your 3-day downtime. Go ahead and take turns kind of walking people through what you did during that time.
Anyone want to go first? Because mine's very exciting.
Oh, chat's just down to me, you, and Kaizen. Where'd Masaki go?
Oh no, another person clicked out. Must be that Texas internet issue.
Hmm.
I'm the only one down there.
Oh, I thought everyone was there except us
Well,
poor.
I guess I'll go first while we're
Yeah,
waiting.
network issues. Called it.
Okay. So I'm gonna go ahead and take that bear pelt that I had, and with a little bit of help from maybe your artificer and Kibble for drafting this, I'm gonna design a little belt with some attachments, with some little loop attachments to it, and take some strips of leather and wrap them around the base of the handles of all of my melee weapons.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm going to go into town and buy a length of some pretty strong chain, and be able to connect those with clips onto the belt, so that way if we're on the ocean and I happen to drop my weapon, it doesn't go into the ocean and is lost forever.
Don't we have an adamantine chain?
Yes, but I don't want to have to break that down into smaller sections.
Oh. I was going to
So-
say, because that wouldn't break for sure.
Right, that's why I don't want to try to do that, because it'd be expensive and we'd be losing links. Also, it's
Smart.
100 feet long, so like that's a bit much. Secondly, I am because I'm having a little bit of a conflict between wielding a shield and my primary weapon being two-handed. I'm gonna set up some target dummies, which is really me just like finding a fallen tree that's relatively upsittable, and takes a couple hours a day practicing swinging at the thing while trying to wield a two-handed weapon. Well, for the first day or two, while I'm still waiting for my maul to get finished enchanted, I'll take one of the great axes we salvaged. Then when I get the hammer back, I'll actually use the hammer to practice that. And the day before we leave, I'm going to make sure my hair is very thoroughly washed, cut off a lock of it. Welcome back, Misaki.
Hi guys.
Braid it together, and then I'm going to head over to the McGinter estate with it.
You are
Mac-
not leaving her a lock of your hair.
You don't get to decide that for my character.
Oh. Better hope Draho don't find out. He'll be real.
So I show up, mount to the guards, because we got an understanding now.
Mhm.
I know I'm stopping in unannounced again.
Yep.
So could you just let them know I'm coming in.
Not a problem. And we'll fade
All the
that to
etiquette
black
you
and
break.
keep that in the background for the moment.
Keep Draho guessing.
All the etiquette you break visiting.
But that was my time.
All right.
And once they're available, or once it's available, get my maul back. Oh, and while I'm there, I buy a handy haversack at Notions, Lotions, and Potions, because we're going to need to carry the things. So,
Okay. Draho, you're up.
All right. Well, I go wandering near the Magus College or the Magus Guild, and I located 3 buildings that were right outside, and proceeded to negotiate for purchasing all 3 of them. First 2 were pretty easy, got them for a decent price. Third one, the old lady didn't want to sell it to me, and then her son, whose name is somewhere here, who is a teacher at the guild, he came up and offered me an unreasonable deal, and I convinced him to give me a better deal, which is what that 15 dice rolls earlier was about. And yeah, I managed to get it for a really good price, but in exchange, he gets 25% interest in the business, and he gets to basically be the executive manager of it. So the nice thing is he's 28 and human, so I've only got about 45 years before I can buy him out and he can retire. So it will be my business in about 45 years completely again.
Yeah.
Just gotta wait till he's tired of working and buy him out for his retirement.
We'll let him die and just buy the business outright.
All right. That was everything, right, Draho?
Yeah, and then aside from that, just the usual stuff of setting up the getting my businesses that have materials I need, and getting a hold of contractors and everybody that I need to do the work, and setting up the labor force. And then I'm also converting our warehouse on the water, since I've basically turned one of those buildings into a store to sell our stuff that we make, one of them into the actual workhouse, and the third one is going to be offices on the top floor, warehouse on the bottom, because it's much bigger than our old warehouse. So the old warehouse I'm going to have converted into a full-size barracks for our troops. so that we can expand our troop count and work them into a proper mercenary company under my employ.
Alrighty.
Upgrade complete.
Kai, what did you do for your 3 days?
I spend those 3 days inspecting the gardening that I paid to have done around the house.
Mhm.
And I spend a lot of time in meditation trying to commune with my patron and divine the location or ability to acquire a weapon that I could use against these undead folk.
Yeah, it looks like
More
you lost
specifically,
Misaki again.
the Death Knights.
Connection.
All right. More on that to come for you later then. And I keep moving these, and then he comes back.
Well, I don't know what's going on, but I've turned the camera off. I noticed there's an issue because all of a sudden the Twitch stream stopped feeding.
Might be taking too much of your bandwidth.
That's why I turned the camera off.
Okay, not a problem. Go ahead and run us through what you did for your 3 days.
Give me a second. Did you answer the questions I posted you in Discord?
I have not. Did not see those.
It's okay.
Boom.
As that happened when I first went down.
No, buddy.
Hi, baby.
All right.
So I will probably get the 2 statues and have them delivered to the house, to the actual house.
Okay. He'll let you know that it'll take him till the end of the day, and then they can be placed anywhere there that you want.
That's fine. Past that, I believe the interior of the house is still under renovation.
Correct.
So, past that, I will probably be aiding Sherry at Lotions, Notions, and Potions.
Okay. So you spend your time predominantly there, casting spells for them and scribing additional scrolls.
Right, because until the rooms are done at the house, I can't do anything with the spaces until they're completed.
Okay. Then that brings us to day 3. You guys are up fairly early that morning and make your way over to Slip 13. The skies are bright with almost no clouds. The warm sun and cool breeze making this nearly a perfect day for so late in the year. Moored at Slip 13. What's that?
So light traffic on the freeway this morning.
Yeah. Moored there at Slip 13 is one of the most sizable galleons that you've ever seen docked in Ravens Bluff. Easily over 150 foot long, the ship's 3 masts have sails that are raised, and it looks like a flurry of activity is going up and down the gangplank, carrying up smaller supplies, while a winch system is currently in the progress of swinging a pallet of cannonballs onto the ship. From up on the deck near the gangplank, you can see Blackmantle staring in your direction. "Come aboard, mates! Soon as the set of cannonballs are stowed, the Pride is ready to set sail."
Could you use a little hand with any more of the cargo?
Yep, we're basically done.
Oh, okay.
Everybody coming aboard?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Aye.
Okay. Stepping up onto the gangplank and onto the deck, the smell of raw, unfettered sewage assaults your nose. Bloody hell, transfer the contents from the broken barrel to a clean one and get a fresh barrel aboard. We need every single one of those for this voyage. And you see Blackmantle kind of stomping off. The smell is terrible.
So first question for Draho, as he puts a handkerchief over his nose, where can we go that it doesn't smell like this?
If you go up onto basically the area where the ship's wheel is at, crosswinds there, keeping it away from you.
Oh, okay.
So I will go up where the wheel is.
The bridge, or the helm. Rather.
Helm. Yep.
The helm.
Helm, yeah, that's the word.
Okay.
So I'll go up there and...
Does anyone have access to prestidigitation?
Yeah, I do.
Kibble does.
I do.
Okay, can you just you can just a pleasant smell, just saying.
Yeah, I'd rather just walk away from it.
I mean, you can do both.
If it follows me up here, maybe I will, but I mean,
Okay.
magic's not a toy to be used frivolously.
This is
Yeah.
specifically one of the times that's supposed to be useful. To be fair.
Granted, prestidigitation is only made to be used frivolously, but not Draho. He knows very few spells in general, so he's very proud of what he can do, and he doesn't use
You're
it.
not going to dignify that smell by acknowledging it, is what you're saying.
Yeah.
Okay.
So,
Well,
after a little
seeing
bit...
Draho go, oof, I'd go with him.
And after a little bit, Blackmantle joins you up there. So, I've got a good working relationship with the pirates. As long as they don't attack near Ravens Bluff, or specifically Ravens Bluff marked vessels, Naven's not going to bother them. Though the entry to Immerk's hold is going to require a tribute, given the expedited nature. That's why we've brought what you've just been smelling. A bit of Blackmantle's best.
Really?
Sure.
It'll
That's
put
the
hair
best.
on your chest.
I look down at my chest.
That's all the more reason to avoid it.
Oh, yes. Even yours, son.
Oh, that rubs Draho the wrong way.
And
When lesser
he ends up
races call him son.
he ends up scurrying and getting the boat underway. Several hours into your voyage, you hear a bit of murmuring going on about dolphins off the port bow.
Oh, I did want to say something too.
Mhm.
Once we were completely out of sight of the coast, I wanted to take 10 minutes to cast my Commune with Nature spell to see how well it works on the open ocean.
Oh, it definitely does. So
Okay, good to know.
if you're going for like the all the landmarks and whatnot, you end up seeing weird patches down below if you're doing it before you're too far out, where there are sunken galleons.
Good vessels.
But we'll say that you're kind of at an edge there where that seafloor truly drops off and is too deep to get a whole lot.
Okay. But I can still, like, if I want to, I can sense, like, where the marine life is in relation to the ship and
absolutely.
everything.
Mhm.
Okay, that could be handy. I'll do that a thing where, like, I make that a regular thing, like, every hour or so. Just in case, something might be coming up on us that we'd like to know is there.
Okay. Do you hit that off when you hear about the dolphins off the port bow?
I mean, it takes me 10 minutes to cast, so I think that as a time factor, I just
True.
go and
true.
see if I go and see if I can see what they're talking about and maybe identify it in a more timely fashion.
Okay. Well, peering off the side of the
look.
ship, you can indeed see a large pod of dolphins. They seem to be moving in a circular formation, taking turns where one of the dolphins within the circle will head under and then kind of through a frantic churning sea that sits in the middle. Go ahead and give me perception checks.
Perception.
Oh,
I'm gonna give all the
so to balance out that
checks.
20. Pretty dolphins. Now, can I
Nice.
can I make a nature check to see if I understand this behavior at least, because I see them?
Sure.
18.
Okay.
I get 3 rolls. I can't screw them all up.
All right. So
Not with that attitude.
Kibble doesn't notice, but Misaki Rokan and Draho do.
The pseudo dragon got an actual 20.
Yep. From this distance, it's a bit hard to make out, but during one of those passes, the solitary dolphin's moving in through the middle. You think you see it come up with a fish in its mouth. The glimpse of it is brief, and the fish vanishes, maybe eaten, as the dolphin returns back into that circling motion. Ark, what was that nature roll?
18.
18? Yes, this is fairly normal for dolphins that are kind of herding a group of fish in order to kind of mass eat.
Gotcha. So keeping them contained while everyone takes a turn grabbing one.
Yep.
Okay.
And the boat seems to list to port, slowly coming alongside the frenetic ocean life.
So you're saying we're listing lazily to the left?
Indeed. The dolphins
Well,
are
this admiral knows
certainly there for a
the
reason.
maneuvers.
Yep. Looks to be a large school of herring that have been corralled by the hungry dolphin pod. Sails are quickly being pulled up, and a flurry of activity is taking place across the deck. Sailors are collecting nets and fishing poles.
Food.
Okay. Does
Anyone
need
taking
to-
part?
Sorry, I missed that. Wife just came running in with pizza she ordered without telling me, so I was totally
so you get
distracted.
the food.
Well, that's a win.
So I was
the
gonna say there's food in game too.
Okay,
the
so
boat
it's
pulled
food?
up next to kind of the dolphins, and what you end up seeing is there's a large school of herring that they're slowly picking their way through. Sailors there on the boat are collecting small nets and fishing poles.
Yeah. So
Ah.
I'll help.
Are they standard herring or are they red herring?
I was about to make that joke, but I wasn't sure anyone would even catch it.
I was hoping you guys would
Oh,
come up
it's-
with
it's
that.
actually-
They are
it's
standard
actually,
herring.
It's actually,
Okay.
it's actually a rare subspecies of red herring that's from the MacGuffin region.
Heard Chekhov had something to do with it. So glad people get that joke. Yeah, there's not much I can do unless Rokan wants to get involved with it. I mean, at this point, now that he's bonded to me, I assume he doesn't spend all his time in the box. He actually hangs out on my shoulder like I wanted.
He does, especially on sunny days.
Yeah,
So I'm guessing-
unless he wants to get involved, he basically is just going to wander around the ship and keep an eye on the crew for me.
Okay.
Right. So at this point, I'm imagining there's going to be some need for large, upper body strength involved. So
Oh,
I'll
absolutely.
work with you.
Mhm.
So
You see, basically, they're casting nets towards the middle, and then the largest of the sailors are kind of pulling them back. They seem to be taking as much care as they can not to catch the dolphins. So anytime there's a pass, they wait for it.
if they do pick one up, I'll just pull it out of the net and toss it back out.
Sounds good.
And actually, I'll take during this, I'll actually take 10 minutes to be able to speak with animals.
Okay.
And I'll just try to say to the dolphins, we just want some of the fish too. We're not here to hurt you. We'll make sure that you get plenty.
You get back kind of a squeal and giggle of amusement.
Sort of as a, like you have a choice.
You got one? Nice. Should have told me that. I would keep
So eventually you guys end up with quite a stockpile of fish now on the ship. The crew seems to be dividing themselves between getting the ship back underway and collecting that catch, getting them moved into either brine or pickling barrels.
Here.
Well, I'll help with all the heavy lifting there and part of the distribution. So
Slowly but surely, the ship gets back underway.
Gotcha.
Anything that you guys would like to do on the ship at the moment?
if it wasn't for the whole, there's a ring of
I wasn't
dolphins,
muted.
part of me wanted to go.
Sorry, guys. I didn't realize I wasn't muted there. I thought I was.
No worries.
Talking about breadsticks and garlic knots.
So yeah, up until the fish are all stowed, I'll keep up with that, and then afterwards I'll do another quick ping.
Okay.
So
Not too much. Mostly standard kind of wildlife. Schools of fish floating by. Various different type of thing. You do see some some normal-sized sharks, nothing that really truly worries you. And every now and again,
As they stay down there.
yep. Every now and again, some whales that pass by as well.
Guys, I speak whale. Just give me 10 minutes, and I can speak whale.
Since you're using that every now and again, go ahead and roll me. Let's go with a perception check to see if you catch one on the right timing.
Okay. Would this be? I was gonna say perception versus survival, right?
Either, whichever you prefer.
I think it's the same bonus either way because they're both wisdom.
Okay.
So 18.
18? All right. No, I think you're going to just miss on that one. Yep. So later as the afternoon is approaching and everyone's begun to ready themselves for a late lunch, cries of alarm can be heard coming from the main deck above.
Me being me, I immediately go up and check out what's going on there.
All right. Rushing up to the main deck, you're confronted with somewhat of a gruesome scene. Sailors are fighting for their lives against large, fish-headed humanoids, 3 of which seem to be dealing significant death blows to sailors. And with that...
Okay, well, I get in on that.
Mm-hmm.
Unacceptable.
Hang on a second. We have the halberd of warning. Wouldn't it have told us that there was danger happening before the guy...
It has to be within 30 feet, and I can promise you I'm as far from the work as possible.
How wide is the ship?
Big. Like, one of the biggest galleons you've ever seen.
And where would the mess be?
Down on the
galley?
second or third level below.
Draho, we
Except
need to
it's
improve your
outside my
halberd.
warning system.
Okay, so I go up there and I yell down there, everyone on deck now!
All
And
right.
then I proceed to try to cave in the nearest fish head thing.
Okay.
I was going to be like,
Oh,
my
shit.
Albert didn't tell me anything.
It didn't warn you. I like how they make it semi-transparent for where the sail is.
Yep.
That's handy.
That is nice.
So
Good
you guys
eye.
are going to be coming up from here.
These garlic knots are average at best.
Oh, real quick, how many arms do these fish-faced people have?
Several of them have 4.
Whatever you do, do not turn into a shark.
Kibble can polymorph now.
All right. Those are
But
the
have
3
Kibble
that
turn
you
me into
currently
a
see.
giant man-eating shark.
And with that, go ahead and roll initiative.
And I has advantage. Natural 20 for a 23.
Man, I got so many shit.
My dex bonus went up. Oh, Kendra, I will also mention that I know we still haven't gotten it to take on this,
Mm-hmm.
but since I am wearing my cloak of protection, all of my saves are 1 higher than is listed. And I know we're still trying to figure out how to make that work.
Yep. Are you wearing
does-
the +2? Which one of you is wearing the +2?
Kaizen is.
Okay.
Because he for it. So,
So
to be
the-
fair, he has more trouble with saving throws than I do.
The easy way to kind of combat that is before you go to roll the roll,
Mhm.
there is a like +5, -2. So if you hit the +5, -2, -2, that'll give you +1.
They
Seems
could've
way more
simplified that by
complex
just
than
adding
adding a +1.
It does. I still need to figure out how that's working.
I was going to
But
say,
if it's a save versus spell, I can just do the +5.
That's true. And thinking about that, Draho, since Rokam is next to you, you do have advantage on magical saves.
Yes, but I was about to ask, does Rokan have his own initiative queue, or does it go on mine like familiars?
We're going to go with the familiar rule, even though that's not currently the new familiar rule. Like,
That's perfectly. It's just because I know normally familiars and things like that go on your turn. So I
they
just
do.
wanted to
In
check
fact,
that before I roll.
the newest current rule with that is that they actually go on your turn, but before you. Or, sorry,
Oh,
after
nice.
you. so that they can't do the help action for you at every time.
Oh,
Yeah. Yeah.
that's so
How
dumb.
dare they
And then-
not allow us to break the game?
So that said, Ark, you are up.
Woohoo! Instinctive pounce, so gonna rage!
Okay.
And
Let's get
then move
that
up
effect
to
on
half
you.
my speed. Just the two? Really?
There's 3 there.
There is.
Where's the third one?
Way on the back of the ship.
Oh, I'll say I see. Okay.
Me, cannons,
You were
and
zoomed in too
the
far.
Well,
rear of
clearly
the
I
ship.
go for the one by you because I need you freed up.
Now, other thing of note, just kind of for narrative purposes, there are combats happening all around you. These are just the ones that the other sailors can't manage.
Because they are champions.
Yep.
So,
Just a
by
ship
the way,
full of 19.
how many hours into the voyage are we, just for purposes?
This is day 1, sort of late afternoon, for a late lunch.
Okay. And I look at him like, you interrupted our lunch. Rude.
Thinking about that.
That
Take
is
the
going
calendar
to
up
our
and
lunch.
adjust that.
Okay, that is going to be 25 to hit.
25, and that's on champion 2. That will hit.
I certainly hope it did. If not, that is not the outcome of the mini game I would want. All right, and this is with the maul
Okay.
because it's been a while since I've wielded it, and I need to smash some faces. Okay, so this is going to be the regular part of the damage. Uh, 10 bludgeoning damage
Okay.
and 6 fire damage.
All right. Nothing else, right?
No other special effects for that yet. So.
Okay.
Oh, and I'll wait till my second attack.
All right. Well, your second attack's up.
Yep. If only I was a champion. Blah, blah. Anyway, that's a 19 on the die, so even higher with the hitting and the hurting. Okay, so that is 18 bludgeoning damage, 2 fire damage, and I would like to knock this guy 5 feet toward the water,
Okay.
just to see if I can get him out of the fight for a few seconds.
Let's see.
I was about to say, throwing a fish person in the water isn't really an effective fight.
Yes, but making them have to climb back up to be a threat is a good tactical decision.
All right.
Plus, this is the one fish person that can't swim.
Anything else?
Does he fall off the side?
He does not. It pushes him right up onto the kind of sidewall there.
Okay,
One more
well,
good push will do it.
well, too bad I'm out of attacks, and I can only do that once a turn anyway. So, I will go ahead and stand there because that keeps him from descending the stairs.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm pretty satisfied with that turn.
All right. That will bring us to Draho.
Get ready to play whack-a-mole here.
And now here's where everything in me wants somebody to polymorph me into a giant shark, but I know that's dumb.
Draho shark. Do.
It's just one of those things that when I see a Sahag and I'm like, that's the battle plan. Giant
For
shark.
those of you who don't know, in a previous campaign, Draho's player polymorphed his character into a shark, fighting Shahagan, not knowing that they specifically can control sharks.
Not fish, just sharks.
Just sharks, specifically.
No save, nothing. I turned
and we had-
into a dire great white shark and started attacking my party.
We slapped it out of him.
So yeah, every time I see one, my instinct is do the shark again.
All right. So what you doing?
Ooh.
I am going to do something smart. Sahagin Champions. Battle Sage. Ooh, I don't like Battle Sage. That sounds dangerous. So I'm going to target the Battle Sage.
It is less than total cover, so you should be good.
Doesn't matter what kind of cover he's in.
If he has full cover, it matters.
Back there,
I
he
can
does.
use the... Really?
Yep, he is behind like piles of crates.
That's fair. Alright, well, still, I'm going to hit him with a sharpshoot.
Okay.
Whoa.
Yes, you are.
Bam! And
That's a fine
take
how
that.
you do, sir.
Okay.
That's not impressive. Only 18 damage.
Was he concentrating on a spell?
It was not. Yeah.
How dare.
Nice.
How dare.
So, second shot.
Okay. Wow, that'll be a miss.
Okay,
That's
so
okay, there's nothing
defense.
within 30 feet of him, right?
Correct.
Or no, is it 30 or 60? I can never remember.
I think it's 60. Like, it's got a
I think
very...
it's... Yeah, I think it's 60 feet. I can arc it to the next guy.
What's the move called?
It's called, Seeking Shot. What was it called? Curving Shot. Let me look here. I've got it right here. 60 feet, yeah.
Okay.
So you could hit Champion 1.
Yep.
Yeah. So let me retarget. Trying to do this with pizza fingers, so I'm using
Every
my
time,
knuckles.
every time you do this shot, I'm just picturing the Patriot arrow from Men in Tights.
Pretty much. And because it's Draho, you know it isn't like a natural looking arc. It's very much magic bullet theory where it like stops, shifts direction, and starts again.
I certainly hope your arrows don't look like me. There you
Boom!
go.
That will hit.
Hit him.
Even when you miss, it's good.
Do the damage, and then I'm gonna thorn this guy. Oh yeah, definitely thorn him. So that'll be my first use of one of these for here. So that's 2d6. That is 8. Oh, how's that working? No, I'm not clicked on. Yeah, whatever. I don't know why it's doing that,
That's
but it's whatever that is damage on that guy, and then he's wrapped up in the thorn. So every time he moves, he takes slashing.
Alrighty. Anything else?
For me, that is it. For Rokan, my good little dragon buddy, he is going to do the smartest thing he can given the current situation. And is he under me?
Nope.
Is that why I can't see him?
Just a sec.
He may not be on the boat, on the map yet.
Yeah, I just wanted to make sure because somehow I managed to target him, so.
There you go.
Okay. And then I'm going to have him move. What's his movement? I got to learn this now. Movement's 30, right? Doesn't say.
It is 15 feet on land, 60-foot fly.
Well, then 60, yeah. I'm going to have him fly over on this little wheel thing here, which I assume is the anchor point. He's going to fly over. He's going to lay down real flat, and he's going to chameleon himself.
Okay. Go ahead and roll stealth at advantage.
Sneaky dragon.
In case that guy starts running towards us, he'll get a free bite on him from ambush.
Just picturing a cat by a doorway anytime someone walks by.
Pretty much. That's still not impressive.
No, it's not. He feels like he's hidden.
So tough. He starts slowly blending into it, but he's clearly got the wrong wood grain pattern.
Just a bit.
Or
All
my
right.
movements are so slow.
Saki.
He's got the wrong colors.
Well, he is like a deep, vibrant Draho blue, so turning that to brown has got to be taxing.
Hey, look at that.
To be fair, he doesn't spend a lot of time out of his box.
That is a hit. 18 damage. Not bad. Bonus action or movement?
Let's see, pommel strike, but I've got to be next to it for the pommel strike, don't I?
Nope, it's a polearm. You have reach either way.
Oh, that's just gonna be
Just grab it by the blade and swing it at him. It can't be dangerous.
But a 5 is gonna miss.
Well, it's a 5 plus 2 is 7 plus. What's my target number?
What's your total hit?
That's what I'm adding up. 5 plus 3 plus 2, that's 10. Were there any other bonuses to hit? Probably not. So yeah, no. Oh, do we have a proficiency bonus to hit?
Yep.
Yes.
As long as you're proficient with the weapon.
Yep.
Should be another 4.
So it's a 14.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Nope. That'll swing off his armor.
Okay.
Okay.
Then that's that.
Okay.
No, I'm actually at a good spot.
So that'll bring us to Sahagin Champion 1.
You're behind the wall of arc.
Right.
That is a high enough passive perception.
Swallowed a chip wrong,
Oh,
guys.
dying.
That's what I tell you.
All right. 4 attacks. Ooh. Ooh.
Wow.
Ooh.
You finally tell him to go do something outside of his box, and he gets attacked.
Yep.
He's done.
He drops to 0.
Flare.
Ooh.
And what you end up seeing is basically the Sahagin just leans down, and it looks like he's biting onto that anchor point. But blood gushes from his mouth, and as he retracts, you can see Rokam in his mouth.
Did you just flare
Caddy.
that?
Yeah, I was gonna say I was throwing flare out.
Remind me what that does?
It is.
When you are attacked by a creature within 30 feet that you can see, it only applies to you.
You get higher levels. You can improve flare, which is at
improve
60.
flare.
Yeah, 30 feet
Within 30.
other than you. So 10. Yeah.
Yeah, he's within range.
Yep.
That's
So
wording
yeah,
flare?
improve. Yep, warding flare.
The improved flare, the level 6 version.
Yep. Yeah, I'm sorry. Improve. Yeah. Thank you.
Alright, disadvantage on attack. Okay.
Yeah, it's improved. Yeah.
We're going to take whatever's the... Yeah, it won't matter.
No.
Yep, both are hits.
Oh man, I'm angry.
Draho would like to rage.
I
He
tried.
can't, but he would like to.
That brings us to Champion 2, who,
Howdy.
since you guys have hit him quite a bit,
What do you mean, you guys? It's just me.
Champion 2, Fishy Boogaloo.
he
Saki hit him too.
reaches back into a pouch,
Oh, I thought
pulls
you
out
all
a
guys
horn,
were focusing
and
on
you
one.
hear a...
Oh, does he take damage from thorns because he's moving?
That was 2.
Champion
that was
one.
Champion
That
1.
was 1.
Yep.
That was 1. Yeah.
So go ahead and
So
roll
he's
that
got the
damage
con.
because he did move.
Sure.
It was 2d6 as soon as you make your move, not 2d6 per 5 foot, right?
Correct.
Yeah.
I'm guessing 15 does not hit.
No, 15 does not hit.
7 more slashing damage on that one.
They summoned the
Why he
Kraken.
keeps rolling his hit.
Let's see, that is number 1. So, oh, okay.
No. Well, this just got worse.
Oh. Well then.
Kraken.
All right. And then he will use his action to attack Ark. First attack, bite.
Yeah.
That is gonna
Remember,
fail.
you got advantage on that.
Ah, this sadness. Either way, it's a 3. Yep.
I tried to make it fair.
Comes in with the left claw.
Oh, wait, hang on. I need to adjust this real quick. Well, you said he rolled a 3, right?
Yep. So it wouldn't have mattered
it's
for
not-
the first one. The second
Right.
one is going to hit AC 27.
Wouldn't have mattered no matter what I did, so
Yep.
congrats.
Da-da-da.
You have my rage on, right?
I do. He slashes out for 16 total points, which for some reason it's not showing you as targeted.
I mean, we could go with that. It's not the worst thing. So 16 half to 8, right?
Yep. Let's go ahead.
Okay, got it marked.
Different. Okay.
Oh, this guy's already doing a little bit better than most of my opponents, so
Yep.
good show.
Then it comes in with the trident twice. Fails on the first attempt with that.
You, sir, have entirely too many attacks.
Yes. Total of 4. The second one does not. Or the first one was a 1 or an 11 and a 16. That fails.
Is he getting any penalties for like hanging off the side of the ship?
Nope, because they're used to that. The second is a 26.
Again, no matter what I do, that would have been a thing. So
Okay.
congrats. This guy's earning his paycheck.
Yep. For a total of 11 damage.
So another 5.
Yep.
All right.
That brings us to Kibble.
Kitty, are
Kibble.
they talking at all?
They don't seem to be.
Okay.
Well, Kibble's going to... Is Rokan currently grappled?
He is. He is inside the Sahagins' mouth.
Well, we need to fix that real quick.
Mm-hmm.
Is the Sahagin next to any of the crew members?
There are crew all over, so everyone can be considered to have something within 5 feet.
Oh, Kibble's gonna have a good day.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, he's going to hero up.
Avenge his very little brother.
I was going to say, he could just start walking through coup de grace and opponents.
He is going to move over and engage into swordsmanship.
All right.
To free
Oh,
his
because it's personal now.
Mm-hmm.
and because he gets 2 attacks this way.
There is that.
So he's going to step up, draw his tiny little aggressive short swords. First attack is... There it is, the regular short sword.
Dab him in the gills.
He gets advantage, right?
He does.
Yep.
Okay, I thought so.
Kibble's got the best setup right now.
Oh, actually, it's daytime. No advantage.
All right.
But not disadvantage.
Don't we guts?
Wait.
Don't
If he moves one down, he's in the shadow of the mast, and so is the target. So technically,
Good try.
Well, I know what he needs to invest in next chance he gets. Some sunlight goggles.
just smoke some glass. We got it.
That should not have been advantage, so I don't know why it's...
It'd just be a straight roll.
Yep.
Yeah, I didn't click advantage though. It just rolled at advantage.
That's okay. Just go ahead and reroll.
Okay. I don't know why it was rolling advantage there. Really?
It was just sliding on that 13.
Yep. Whiff
So
on the first
offhand
one.
attack.
Whiff on
Really?
the second.
He doesn't have anything else he can do. No, that's his bonus action to attack twice. That's right.
He does have inspiration.
Oh yeah, he can inspire, can
Mm-hmm.
he?
Kibble, use your cower ability.
That, I
Let's-
believe, takes a full action.
It does.
We just never had him use it yet, so.
So I'm gonna give that to Drawho so that he can deal with that Sahagin and get his dragon back.
Okay. Kai, you are up.
Kai, smash!
Woo.
But what does Kai smash?
My whole plan of of the dragon goes and hides backfired.
Why is
Because you left him up
the
top.
dragon in midships?
You know, I had a feeling this encounter would kill someone, but that wasn't the one I was going for.
I just bonded with, and he's gone.
Did you say he was at 0?
Correct.
He's only got 7 HP, so don't be too mad at him.
Oh, wow.
Mhm.
He's a
No,
pseudo
if we're going to be
dragon.
mad at anyone, it's you, Drawho.
So, before moving, I used my bonus action to cast Hex
Okay.
on Swaggin Champion 1.
All right. What
This
is
dude made the
his-
biggest mistake of his life biting the dragon.
Then I move up. Stabble, stabble.
So with the hex, what ability are you targeting with that?
We'll target strength.
All right.
And now I make with the stabbing. If I grab the correct character sheet. Raven doesn't do stabbing.
That is true.
I mean, it can.
It can.
No,
With its
no,
beak.
thank you.
It's gonna be creative.
Stab
no,
damage.
thank you.
What did we just learn about putting small defenseless animal type creatures out into melee combat?
See, I didn't need help with that. I knew better.
It's a
It was
long dog.
supposed to be hidden so that it would walk past him. Then he could bite it in the ankle.
Well, that's
There
a
you
crit.
go.
Mm-hmm.
Vengeance.
Okay. Holy Jesus!
I love for the dramatic
All the
pause
dice.
there for a second. Off
Yeah.
the corner. Nice.
31 damage. All right.
Wait,
Oh,
wait.
Please stand by.
well, yeah, if you smite on a crit, you double the smite dice, don't you?
Yep.
You do.
Yeah, the
It's
only
all
way to
dice.
make
That
that
didn't-
even more Jack Hattery is if you had a couple levels of Battle Master and the sweep ability.
That would get
Did it
crazy.
Actually calculate that at all?
Calculated 31. That are all the dice I've seen.
Try that.
You could also opt to
There we
double the amount that the dice came to, but
So that should be a total of 24. Either which
Yep.
way, Sahagin Champion 1 leans back, falls with Rokam in his mouth. Video. Any
let that be a
additional
lesson to the lot of
Can-
you.
Can I use my second attack to grab the Rokan?
Not technically, because the secondary attack is functionally portioned in as part of the attack action. So
Technically speaking, he'd be grappling Rokan.
no, he'd be at best still poking the Sahagin.
could he grapple the Sahagin as he's falling and end up grabbing Rokan and pull him out of his mouth?
We're getting so technical.
The second attack action could be attack the Sahagin with the grapple, or, well, no, functionally you could change target. So yes, you could, in theory, grapple Rokan. Make that attack roll.
See?
I love watching him go through the rules in his head and be like, I really can't deny this.
Yep. Well, with the 24, there is no way not to grab him.
I didn't want to jinx it, but I would have laughed if you rolled a 1 on that attempt.
Rokam, I've got you.
No,
It's right there.
I just kind of cast, roll up, and like one hand swing the partisan, gut the fish, and just kind of stick the hand out and wait for the dragon to land in it as it passes.
Oh yeah, with
And
that,
pull him in like a football.
smite damage. It basically splits him in twain, and in doing so, that the top half falls back. The bottom half kind of dissipates from the smite damage, and Rokam just floats out into your hand.
That works.
And then some
As
cherry
long
blossoms
as
go
when
around the
he
back.
bloops out, I am allowed to turn my back on the monster and have it explode in epic Power Rangers bad CGI monster style.
Out of
and have
nowhere,
it
a pair
flutter
of
my
sunglasses just lands on your face.
All right, that brings us to the battle sage. Oh,
Well, we get to find out what
all
he
do we
does.
have?
So can you move the Rokan onto my square, please?
I sure can. There you
Or at
go.
least next to it.
Oh.
No, I want it on my square. Then they have to come through me to get to the Rokan.
It
Bring
jumps
it.
off the back and dives
just
underneath
tuck
the
it in.
water.
Yeah, you better run.
Oh no.
Well, it's probably already summoned the Kraken. It doesn't need to put itself in danger.
I think the guy that I'm playing whack-a-mole with summoned the Kraken.
Yeah, he blew the horn.
All right.
Oh,
So kill him, take the horn, and blow it again. Should get rid of
Spiritual
the
weapon.
Kraken.
Top of the round. Arc.
Or it summons a second Kraken.
Finish him.
No, 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 no.
Why is there
No.
another tentacle?
To just run into the ocean.
Oh, fantasticness.
Guys, it's all part of the plan. I'm going to wrestle the Kraken.
and he ran so far away.
I am
Go
not-
ahead
I am
and
not
wrestle
for
the
Robin.
Kraken.
Brave to Robin. My name is Ark, and I'm whacking my foe. Wacky, wacky foe. Wacky, wacky foe. Does a 16 hit?
It does not.
Okay. Second try.
Wow, we could really
Jesus
use a bard right about now. Where's our siege ante? Perhaps a bazooki or a
I'll
hurdy
take
gurdy.
that as a miss as well.
A 1 and a 2.
Ouch. Okay, yeah. So your first attack comes in and kind of just
I was
grazes
demoralized
off his,
by-
plate mail.
Yes.
I was demoralized by the sound
That's good.
of an unconscious tiny little dragon friend.
Any additional
The
movement?
squeak.
I mean, I'm staying where I want to stay.
All right. Draho.
Well, since Rokan is currently safe, and I assume the
That-
paladin's
that-
going to,
That round did not spark joy.
I assume the paladin's going to heal him, so he shouldn't be in trouble. I'm going to move up here. Bam.
All right.
And I'm going to shoot at that Sahagin lizard.
You just jumped overboard.
It is
Oh!
not viewable.
Yeah.
At all.
Oh. Incorrect. That is an incorrect statement.
Oh no, it is not viewable. You can send your seeking shot after it.
Yeah. It is not out of range yet.
It's on the map. Of course, it's not out of range.
It can even go a good distance below the map and still
now,
be in range.
now, let's just say, for the sake of argument, if he were to do the grappling shot on one of the tentacles, does that or does that not grapple the entire Kraken?
They are, in this case, individual sections.
Off of one creature.
Yes.
I was actually gonna ask that question.
I'm
I'm
just
like,
saying.
how technical does grapple the creature get? Because it doesn't give a space differential.
No, but you can't grapple things that are 2 sizes above you.
Not with that attitude.
That's right.
Yeah, that's what I was about to say.
I mean,
Got some really good arrows.
look at Donkey and Dragon from Shrek.
Okay, yeah, this one I just
I knew you'd do that.
it has to make a dexterity saving throw. And if it fails, it takes arrow damage plus force damage.
Oh, you're doing an explosive shot.
No. I'm doing the
that save is a
seeking
22.
That saved. That saved real good. So basically, arrow goes flying off into the distance, circles around, does a bunch of fancy pirouettes, and then just dives into the water. I'm assuming it hit its target.
That is a
Torpedo in
good
the water.
assumption.
But I mean, actually, if we want to be real technical about this, I mean, it seems like the time. Where does it say it? Choose one creature you've seen in the past minute. Oh, okay, no, it doesn't. Because I know somewhere it mentions, it's in the flavor text, never mind, it mentions that you know where the target is. So I'm like, technically, I still know where he is.
Well, did you take the phasing arrow thing? Because you could have shot through the ship and hoped you didn't hit crew.
I did, but that requires I see my target. Or no, that only has a 30-foot range, sorry. It only has a 30-foot range.
You have
right,
a
it's
second shot?
I do have a second shot, but I can't shoot that.
Shoot the tentacle.
Kind of don't have an option.
Shoot a tentacle.
Just attack this other Sahagin. Get them off the board.
I see kill stealing.
Then I can proceed to miss the Kraken.
Nope, not
Well-
with that roll. That's a miss.
It's okay. I missed, but I still got my bonus action. Take this, Kraken.
There's a yeah. Aha! It's all a diversion.
At this point, nobody knows who Draho really aims at anymore unless he calls his targets.
You should start doing that. It'll get more entertaining.
Why did it roll advantage? Did it? No, it didn't roll advantage. Never mind.
Would you
They were
like to
both-
pick the natural 19 or the natural 19?
Oh
Yeah,
no,
I mean,
it rolled twice. That's what happened. Okay, so it should have only hit once. Either way, yeah, let's do the minimum damage.
Why do you have a concentration check? Why are you
What am I
targeting yourself?
concentrating?
He
What
didn't
am I
pick,
even? How did I target myself?
You didn't pick a tentacle.
I did.
You did, but you were targeting yourself as well.
Oh, that's why it rolled twice.
Yep.
I attacked myself and hit myself. Go
Attack
me.
yourself. It rolled twice, once for you and once for it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah, I targeted myself
Keep
somehow.
your
So,
life
okay, yeah.
together for Fantasy Grounds.
I was like, how did it attack twice and why am I losing my concentration on something I didn't even know I was concentrating on?
All right. Any movement?
No, I moved 25 to get up here, so.
Okay.
You can move 5
Go
more.
ahead and give Rokam a death saving throw.
Spirit Magic Helmet.
It is close
Spirit
enough.
magic helmet.
At advantage.
Come on, natural 20. No. Still
And-
succeeds.
Yep.
At advantage, though. Because Spirit Magic Helmet.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, that was it for that. He passed.
Okay.
But it could be you could still try to roll a natural 20.
I did.
So you
Yeah,
roll
don't
with
get-
advantage?
No, why do I get advantage?
The helm.
Spirit
That-
magic helmet.
helmet.
Yeah.
Oh, it does? I thought you guys were just cracking a joke. I didn't know that was a thing.
No,
that actually
that's
worked.
exactly why he keeps saying Spirit Magic Helmet. I mean, it is
Oh,
a joke. but
I thought he
also-
was just making a bad joke. Nope. So let's
Okay, well, he's still
that
good.
fail.
Make sure to take the check mark off, because that's going to
Yep, I did.
Okay.
I did.
The tentacle number 1 comes swinging in at Draho, just reaching over the ship in order to do so. Not with 16.
Attacking me?
Yep.
Why?
But
There's so
the
many better targets closer
31
to it.
will do so.
Because you're close.
Because you hit it.
Yeah.
You're the only
like
one who
that's-
counts yourself as a threat.
What's that, Kai?
I feel like that's targeting, and that's
I
very.
request an attack of opportunity.
It's not technically within your reach.
It came down and over.
It's got longer reach.
But it had to physically move the part of its body.
But spacing things.
Ah.
Yep.
Oh.
It's got a
That
20-foot
is why it's
reach
doing
without being in range of us.
30 foot, actually. It's crazy.
Oh, that's bull. There's
This
nowhere on this
is
ship
bigger
we
than
can
the
avoid a
ship
tentacle.
we're on.
That is true.
Inside until it busts through.
All right. Draho, give me an opposed either strength athletics or dexterity acrobatics.
I think I know which
Oh,
one he's going
gee.
for.
I wonder, should I go with the stat that's an 8 or the stat that's a 20?
I mean, how impressive would it be if you succeeded on a check in which you have a penalty?
If I snap 20 the strength check and just...
And
That
then
would be
Ark
funny,
just looks on
though.
in utter disbelief after missing both of his attacks.
Given
That would be
its
funny,
roll,
but I'm gonna go this.
you have a pretty
I'm gonna-
good chance here.
Wow, well, we're going athletics because I'm... Yeah, thank God I did 16.
Yep, so you dodge out of the way of the grapple on Tentacle 1.
Ooh. Good.
Right into Tentacle 2.
Yep, Tentacle 2 will go
He
after
can
Ark.
reach you.
That is a hit with a 29.
Stop doing that.
We'll do 25 damage.
Ugh, so another 12.
Yep. And go ahead and give me a
It's
strength
penalty.
check.
I'm using my what's the face? Inspiration and changing out my dice because holy
Okay, you're looking to beat a 26.
it's making the fatal flaw of bringing me closer to it.
It is, sort of.
Is it just gonna whip him like 60 feet into the ocean?
It is.
That's okay. I'm pretty fast. Not much better, and not enough better. No. No.
All right. So for its second attack, go ahead and roll a dexterity save as it flings you. Which direction? You go towards 5 o'clock.
All right. Dexterity saving throw is going to be 18.
Okay, that is right on the dot. So you will not take the damage from being flung, but
It's going to throw him to Tentacle 5.
you move.
It's going to play hot potato
5
with itself here.
spaces at 5.
Well, at least it's only 5
So you end up
spaces and not.
there.
At least you're not in the ocean.
I do a superhero
Yeah.
landing.
Yep. That'll bring us to
Also,
Tentacle 3.
also, it doesn't realize that it just gave me an idea.
As you come to a skidding halt by the cannon.
I was gonna ask that on my turn. Are those cannons functional and loaded?
They are.
No, those cannonballs that were being loaded on as we boarded were for show.
Well, I just meant, are they loaded already? As in, I don't have to know how to load a cannon to use them.
No,
You
you just
don't
have to free up a couple of people who do on deck.
We'll point out that you have not seen anyone load them. So unless they were preloaded pre-voyage, which is fairly odd. Tentacle 3 comes in attacking Kibble.
But it's the last thing they'll expect.
Does 19 damage. Give me a grapple check on Kibble.
Yeah. Oh, he's not as good as I am. Poor Kibble.
well, that'll do it. He does get missed on that, so the second attack will come in.
He is smaller and hard to grip.
And misses. All right. Tentacle 4 is this one here.
Attack arc. He
Is it-
deserves it.
Is it me again?
It is. You were nice and
I'm the
close.
only one within reach.
No, that's what, 15?
No, big
He
suit
could
of-
hit everybody on this area.
Yep.
Yep.
Shush, giant cephalopod. I'm the only one you see.
He wants the sucker.
All right. First attack is a 26.
Please stop that.
Does 22 damage, so 11. And give me a strength check.
You are slowly whittling away at me.
Rolled mediocre, so he's looking at a 20 at the moment.
Doesn't matter.
All right.
Where are you throwing me?
You are going
My dice suddenly don't like me, and I don't understand.
7 o'clock.
Hang on, I'm trying to roll these to see which ones are cooperating today.
But only one space. So it basically flings you up in the air, and you end up landing right there.
On the middle cannon.
Yep.
Not impressed. I can do that too.
Go ahead and give me that dex save to see if you take any bludgeoning damage from the fall.
From a 5-foot fall.
Oh, you don't know how high you went.
I'm probably gonna feel this one actually. 11.
11? All right. Total of 2 damage for you.
So 1 damage.
Yep. And that is
Ow.
Tentacle 4. Moving on to Tentacle 5. We'll come in at Draho.
Tentacle 5 realizes they made a huge mistake and runs away.
Misses on the first attack. Misses on the second attack. All right.
Elven armor, protect
All right.
me.
It's true.
I need to have a discussion with my D20s. Please excuse me.
Misaki, you are up.
Well, there's a Sahagin still right here next to me, isn't there?
There is.
Yep.
That was so
was
close to
so-
the 20. But that was it.
Yeah.
This
I
is bouncing
feel-
on all those natural 20s we had during roleplay.
I feel jilted about that. I'm going to use my inspiration.
All right. Well, that's much better. A 27 will hit.
That was the real cost of going to that shop.
24. He is not looking good. As you spear into him, most of his entrails begin to kind of filter out from below the breastplate.
No.
He hasn't fallen down yet,
He has not.
butthead.
Any bonus action or movement?
Yeah, I'm going to pommel strike him again.
Okay.
Finish him.
Not with a 3.
Not with, well, the...
Yeah, your bonuses are
13,
not
so
close
no,
enough.
yeah.
Yeah.
Wait, let him do the math.
I did.
Any
Could
movement?
be adding a 10 to... So I see in the picture that there are cannonball stacked by the cannons.
That is correct.
I'm assuming powder kegs are probably below decks. They probably don't have kegs sitting up here.
Correct. Though in the kind of interim, as the Krakens came out, you have seen crew members rushing down to collect that.
I was
Okay,
gonna
well,
say, on my turn, I'm just gonna start directing people to get the cannons ready. Fire.
then I am going to
Of
try.
course, Draho would start giving orders.
I'm going to stay here and help keep the stairway clear
Okay.
for the crew members, so they can come in and out, so they can start arming the cannon.
All right. That will then bring us to the champion's turn, who will step onto the stairway. Not attack Arc, who's way too far away now. Comes in on Misaki with the bite.
Did it just enter your threat range, Nisaki?
Already was.
I already was.
Oh, okay.
Hits with a 20. Does a total of 10 damage. Poison damage, so go ahead and give me a Constitution saving throw.
You are very much making up for the last battle.
How about you roll a disadvantage on that?
Oh, I can do that.
Awarding Flare as he goes to bite me.
Hit with a 22 this time.
Wow. Stop being better the second roll.
Sad part is this was supposed to be a garbage encounter.
Garbage
the dice.
encounter, right? Okay, so
But who's the garbage?
how much?
Total of 10 damage.
Okay, and you said there was a save for the poison.
Correct. Constitution saving throw. Ooh, not with a 6. You are
No,
under
not
the
with a
effect of
6.
poison for the duration of an hour.
Oh,
Comes in with the left claw. 15 will miss. Comes in with the trident twice. 15 will miss again. Trident on the second time. 17 will miss.
Haha, I poisoned you.
Kibble.
yes, poison.
Kibble is going to. Kibble. Grab Kibble. He is gonna put the hurting on that thing with his bow. Finish it right off. Bam!
Hit.
Yay!
Kill.
Yay!
Bam!
Arrow goes sliding through one of its eyes out the back of its head. It burbles something in an odd language momentarily, and as it does so, frothy blood comes up out of his mouth, dribbling down its chin, and then it
Yes. So what?
kind of just drops forward.
So
Kibble
what
got
does
his-
it say?
Nothing intelligible, unless you speak specifically Sahagin.
Well, yeah, my mask does.
Oh, that is true. You have comprehend language. What you would understand is that I'm gonna have to think about these things going forward. Darn it.
Don't you hate when you're like, nobody has that language, and then they're like, actually, I do. And you're like,
They always
I did.
say, I die. Always.
No, it comes
It's-
out.
it's
Why
just
can't I
Wilhelm
see
screams.
out of my left eye?
Oh, good, it was dumb. I feel better.
Yeah, no, that's okay.
Alrighty, Kibble.
Those last words seem a little fishy.
Oh man, I hate you.
Hey, you know that I'm packed to the gills with puns. You know what happens after the Sahagin dice?
One more and I rage quit.
Feed.
Oh, you're lucky I don't have the. You called my bluff.
So whose turn is it?
Kibble.
Kibble. That
Kibble
was
needs
his
to finish.
turn.
It's funny because I
Um,
made it in French.
Then he's going to.
Multilinguistical puns. Fantastic. Best episode yet.
The joke is international.
What is? I mean, I could healing word Rokam, but I got a feeling that the paladin's going to take care of that. So I should save those spells for something important.
Also, keep in mind I distributed potions. You want to use a potion on them.
Yeah, no, I think Kibble's going to move himself over here, and he's gonna bonus action hide as best he can to avoid drawing attention from the giant tentacles.
Alright.
Which, of course, need to use their eyes to find him.
Yes, they do. You have to use their eyes to find him. Unless it pops its head up, it is not going to see him.
Nope, not at all. The tentacles do
Kibble
not
just
have
looks at
that
his
high
own
of a
hands and
passive
goes, "Where are
perception.
they?"
Any additional actions at a kibble?
No, that was it.
All right,
Attack
Kai.
and cower. That pseudo dragon working. I need him to
Okay.
hover around me and
so
protect me from magic.
Kaizen is going to look at Drawho, debating his spell selection. Sigh. He's going to shake his hand, and out from under his greave falls a string of prayer beads. And he's going to press one against the poor dragon and his unconscious form.
For Spanish.
He will have a second level cure wounds.
All right.
He doesn't need that strong a cure. He only has 7 HP.
It's already preloaded in there. What do you want me to do? I'm
Yeah,
smiting
please.
shit with my spells. So deal with it.
That is the most paladin thing. I can't argue. Don't you have the ability to give like 7 hit points just randomly?
I could, but I could also use that same action economy to give somebody 35 hit points. Like the dude hanging out between the cannons.
I mean,
He's fine. He's got plenty of health.
I
now-
actually do, but
And
see
it's a
how long that
reloadable
lasts.
item.
this thing is playing hack.
Oh, it's reloadable? Then never mind.
And if you were worried about action economy, you'd have healed your own dragon. I'm gonna steal your girl. That's all I'm saying.
I figured the paladin's sole purpose was to keep people alive, so I let the paladin do its thing. I don't wanna
Is it
step on
bad
your
that I
toes.
feel
The paladin is then going to hand you your plucked chicken. You should be more careful with this.
I feel like everything
Yeah.
before you should be more careful with this was an in-canon conversation you were actually having.
You forgot to roll his health.
I was gonna stand there.
Let me see if you can get under 7. Nope. I was like, it'd be funny if you somehow managed to get like a 2 out of this.
To make it even more wasteful.
And Kraken
Yeah.
Tentacle 3
All right.
is marked with my hex.
Okay.
And I will gesticulate toward it with my pokey pick
Sounds good.
in a threatening manner.
Anything else?
Well, I'm out of action economy unless you're going to give me more moves.
Yeah, I was thinking about it. Probably not. That moves us to the Battle Sage, who will continue its particular retreat. You do hear an odd horn sound that seems muted.
Are they summoning a second Kraken?
Or telling it to retreat.
Or telling the themselves to retreat so the Kraken can, eat us.
Top of the
Right.
round, Arc.
Okay, so I get up. Urgh. Was I not prone, or did I just land?
No, you just landed because you made that dexterity save.
Okay. So I made the save, but not enough to avoid the damage entirely.
Yep.
Okay.
Have to exceed the save by so much for that.
And you said that the tentacles have a 30-foot reach, right?
That is correct.
Okay. I'm gonna just hop on over this cannon so I can get close enough to hit this one.
Okay.
And I look over at Kaizen and I go, Kraken, open a cold one with the boys, am I right?
Okay.
Prepares free action for fist
We're
bump.
draw open. Wait, what was that?
Prepares free action for fist bump.
DM, I'll allow it.
I will.
No. Finally, a decent roll. Okay. 25 to hit.
Well, unfortunately, that will hit.
Unfortunate for who? Sorry, for whom?
Tentacle number 3, most definitely.
All right, so that is 13 bludgeoning damage
Mm-hmm.
and 2 fire damage.
Alrighty.
And I will move the entire Kraken 5 feet.
Yes.
Before you say anything, Draho, yes, I know.
Yes. Yes. I support moving the universe.
He's like, embrace it. It's like, how buoyant is this thing? Whack! Very. 22 to hit? Slightly less optimistic.
Will hit.
Okay, good.
They're big and squishy.
Yeah, but,
But they're like rubbery squishy.
Yeah.
So,
are you able to hit it?
Not at this point.
I mean,
I
I
didn't
have
say
heard
I was moving it
that you
away
are
from
an
the ship, I
impressive
said
individual.
down.
The word tripod has come to mind, but that is an extension too far.
You're saying that me being able to hit it from there is a bit of a reach?
Stretch.
So
Well done.
stretch.
Thank you. 12 bludgeoning damage and 2 fire damage.
All right.
Now push it 5 feet.
I can only do that once a turn.
No, he said his push was downwards. So.
Like as I'm swinging it, that the for my maul, that the flames are coming out of the bear's maw
Mm-hmm.
as it swings. So that's when it connects and does the extra damage.
All right.
Oh, something I should have done turns ago. Well, shift.
Good plan.
Sorry, there was just so much going on that I forgot that that's a thing that I was born with. So,
And then I
go
do
ahead.
believe that will bring us to Draho.
oh hey, actually decent.
Right. If that's the case, do the let's see which one's taking the most damage. That one's wounded. It's wounded. Wounded. Okay.
Aha! Now that I have this +1 AC, it's still going to hit me very easily. Hey, there's, at this point, it's like no matter what.
You know what?
Do, no matter what I do, stack my armor, it's going to hit me. So I might as well just use my big weapon.
Do you think it's time I test out my bring out the dead arrows?
Oh, yes.
I swear, if this just summons a zombie in the water, I'm gonna be super angry at you.
But that will occupy a whole tentacle.
I mean, if it gets a grapple, yeah.
So good. So good.
Also, we get to figure out how crazy your artificer is.
Right? How he interprets Told the Dead. So let me...
You put what on an arrow?
Told the Dead. I tried to put Told the Dead on an arrow.
Hear me out. It's still impressive, right?
So, gonna use one?
Yeah, and I'm gonna attack regular so I get that plus 12 and make sure I hit.
All right. Go for it.
Just think of the marketability.
That
18
is a
still
hit.
hit. Thankfully, I did that regular attack.
All right. So, the identified version of this reads... This
I love how
arrow is
you
an-
left it a mystery.
This arrow is an example of experimental magic gone awry. Due to the weight distribution from the added bell, firing this arrow is done at disadvantage, so go ahead and roll one more time.
Jesus.
Oh.
I'm not going to say what I'm thinking until after you roll.
Well, let me tell you what was written on mine. Standard looking arrow with a small bell tied just behind the arrow. That's all I've known about it.
There are ways to refine this technique, but go on.
Still a
Okay,
hit.
I'm glad I didn't say it, because I was going to say, well, there's not much of a statistical chance of rolling lower, but...
So, however, in addition to the normal arrow damage, when a target is struck, the arrow unleashes a loud, audible ringing bell noise that can be heard up to 500 feet away. So there is the loudest dong that just sounds
It's like
out.
a church bell.
Yep. You can see a
Oh, it's
ripple
1 o'clock!
go out in the water and just kind of pulse from the ship outwards. This causes the magic to flare, casting Toll the Dead on the target. Damage for Toll the Dead is calculated after the damage for the normal attack. This means that in every situation, this always rolls the d12. And The target does
Really?
not get to save. It's just an effect because it's been hit.
I need to
So
go
it
back.
always takes the full damage. amount.
Yes.
I need to go back to this old beer commercial. Always does the D12 damage? Brilliant!
So there's my regular damage, and then I'm doing what else?
Another D12.
A D12.
Just one
This counts
it's
as a
the most
first
basic
level,
thing.
or I'm over 5th level. I mean,
The creator, however, is not.
what? He
Okay,
can't
so-
do a 5th level cantrip.
Okay,
I
all this
hired-
means,
Cobbled together ridiculous for you on an arrow. Leave him alone.
all this means is that when we get home, you realize that A, you should be paying him entry-level wage, and B, he needs to have an expert.
I love how you're being more Draho than me. Well, if that's the case, he should get paid less.
And
So
keep
it's
in mind,
12.
The player is being
we
more
need to
Draho
take
than
away
you, not-
Draho's ability to order special arrows, as he just did the DPS equivalent of adding La Cucaracha horn onto his arrows.
I love how it's a 500-foot bell ring that does. Oh, hey!
A good chunk of
Not too
damage.
shabby.
That's
More
10 of the
damage.
3. Okay.
Yep.
All right. You can see a good chunk of it just go flying off as that arrow strikes and the bell sounds. And it looks almost as if it had been hit with a cannonball right there.
And on the bright side, you also inadvertently sent out a distress signal.
And the fact that it was necrotic damage, it basically just the boom looks like it just rotted the flesh away.
Yeah, the area around the wound is like, oh no, oh god, why?
So,
Second attempt.
that's what those do. Good to know. Good to know.
Thinking about that.
Now I know you're
Your
saying like, oh, you put a
Heavenly Scorcher
cantrip on
arrows
it.
are you were able to pick those up as well, by the way. Those were available in the 3rd.
Oh, I thought I didn't get the Heavenly Scorcher.
Yep, you got those before you left town.
Oh, so let's fire one of those.
Let's see.
Now's the time to learn what these do.
Arrow.
Well, you know, you're on a cruise. It's a fun time to experiment.
Can you put those arrows in the party sheet so I can just drag them to my inventory?
I could if I had evidently built them in the system, but I don't see that I did. I'm a bad DM.
I could have told you that.
Yeah. This is true.
4 out of 10.
Yeah. Damn it, it's still going up.
Oh, right, you were at a 3 last time, and I said you can't go below a 3 because you let me have the artificer.
That's
so.
right. So, no, you don't have those arrows yet. You can have them next game. They're in a
Still
portion of
3
your
then, sorry.
quiver that you just can't find.
Okay,
told you to
so
make a
I
list
will
before
roll my
packing up
attack. Hit, baby.
There you go.
Mm-hmm.
So, do my regular damage, and what does the Scorcher do?
Nothing, because you don't have them at the moment.
What? I thought I did.
He just got done telling you don't have them
Oh, that's the
because
case.
he's a
I would've
bad
done
GM.
Yep, that's
I would
right.
have done a sharpshooter. I thought he was messing with me.
No,
'cause I
but you
gave
can
him-
go ahead and
player.
use that as your
Use this
sharpshooter
with you,
shot.
just not the way you think.
That is
Oh, I
still
can just
high
use
enough.
that as the sharp.
Yeah.
Okay. Then I will use that as sharpshooter. I'm like, come on, man. Specifically didn't sharpshoot because I wanted to make it.
Well, then with 25 would hit.
All right.
Yeah, that's 21 damage.
You see a good portion of the upper tip just kind of fall off as your arrow sticks into that last little ligament that was next to the necrolyzed tissue, causing the remainder to fall. It is
Muzzle
not
top.
looking
Draho. Draho, the Kraken Moil.
good. Any bonus action
That-
or movement?
Bonus actions, I don't have a lot of stuff I can do. I actually don't think I really have anything. Oh, I can action surge. I always forget that's a thing.
That is true.
And for
That
all
is
the-
totally a thing you can do as a fighter. Might as well action surge.
Okay.
Meanwhile, the Admiral's up on the helm just complaining about traffic.
Oh no, he's taking on
Another
Little
hit?
Sahagin.
Alright, that's 18 more damage.
Okay.
And one more
Does us
damage.
taking care of the champions kind of give us some credit toward the passage voyage?
You hear him look over in your direction. I don't know. Does us over here taking on the rest of them give you more charge?
I'm fighting a kraken.
Yes.
Kraken Tentacle 3 is down.
Yeah, it is.
Alrighty.
Yeah.
That means
You guys are
it's
gonna love what Scorching Ray was originally
Fluffles
supposed to be as a spell.
Snugglebottom.
time for Fluffle Snugglebottom. What's he doing?
Yes. I had to adjust his name properly.
Spirit magic helmet.
He is going to, first off, don't know why he's still marked as dying.
He shouldn't be.
That's messed up.
Because you probably didn't put the
He healed
add
him.
hit points to him.
I healed him.
I just did
You
the
didn't
HP.
do squat, sir.
So he is going to fly about 60 feet straight up onto the mast.
All right.
You mean the crow's nest?
Are you sure you
Yeah.
want to do that?
Why? Is there something up there?
Do you know what krakens tend to do to slow down ships?
Oh, frickin'. I'm trying to find a
He
place.
probably
You know what? Fuck it.
doesn't.
I'm going to have him swoop over and just perch on my shoulder.
Okay. That does not take him out of the reach of anything.
No, but if I can't take him up. Oh, you mean opportunity attack?
Uh-huh. That was almost
Oh.
3 tentacles slapping at him all at the same time.
Oh, if that's the case, he can disengage, can he?
For his action, yes.
Yeah. Action, disengage, fly as high up as you can, and just get into the air as
If
far
he
away
had gone
from
back
these things.
down, you'd wake up tomorrow no longer bonded to him. If it took that long.
All right.
So yeah, he's just gonna fly up 60 feet in the air, bam. So he's outside of their range. They can't have a 60-foot range.
Correct. Unless they move.
Unless
I'm
he's
just gonna have him.
beneath the ship.
I'm just gonna have him
otherwise-
make sweeping attacks.
What's that? It pulls up a giant polearm from the depths? Whack.
Nope. At this point, the Kraken tentacles recede back into the sea.
Oh, it's over?
That is correct.
You did enough damage to take out one of its tentacles, and the thing is with krakens is that running away is always an option.
Well, if that's the case, I'm glad I know
It's
what that
not
arrow does now.
Always an option. It's just usually an option.
I got 9 more of those arrows too, baby.
They don't consider
So-
themselves things like pride in fights.
All right.
The Sahagin champion that fell down next to me,
Mhm.
does it still have its horn?
It does.
Take
'Cause
the
I think
horn,
we still got little. I
Okay.
think we still got little guy on the deck.
and then help the crew.
yeah,
mop
you,
up.
you mop your way through those. The rest of them being regular Sahagin are like half CR. And not a challenge.
Yeah, help mop up for the crew, and then roll the champions for anything else they have.
All right.
But yeah,
Check out-
I
check
would
out
have taken that
Iceman.
horn first.
Sure.
Yeah, checking the mice for anything useful, and then throwing them overboard.
Okay. The only thing that they seem to be carrying, aside from their trident, is the breastplate that they're wearing. It's made of kind of an odd-looking shell. Does sparkle a bit in the sunlight.
Hey,
What is
Kibble.
it?
A breastplate
it's a
made of a shell.
breastplate made out of some kind of like giant shell. Yeah. Hey, Kibble. Can you take 10 to find out if there's any magical properties to these?
Yep, he does so. They are not magical.
No, but Ark, you made a new friend that may be interested in them.
How big is the shell armor?
Big enough to fit a large Sahagin.
Big enough to fit Ark.
Not quite.
I would do better without armor, honestly.
I
The
was
reason
using
I
that as size
asked-
comparison.
Yeah, the reason I asked
Oh.
is I wonder if we can get. I'm thinking maybe we can modify it for some makeshift armor for Rokan for the time being till I can get him
No.
some proper suited armor.
You don't want to do that.
It'd be way too big. You can't really work it. And
And it'd be
I
too
mean, it
heavy
comes
for him.
with van braces and stuff.
No, it's just a breastplate.
Oh, it's just the breastplate. I thought it was the full suit of armor.
Yeah.
Never mind.
plus, it being a shell, I think it would be really too heavy for him to be able to fly in.
Most
Good
likely.
point, because I didn't think about it before this, but now I'm definitely going to get some custom-made mithril armor for him.
I will say off of
Because I got enough mithril left over to do it.
any of the remaining Sahagin that I personally kill, I will take an ear.
Okay. Go ahead and roll a d10. That's how many additional Hageneers you get. That said, the battle over
7.
finds the stoic crew tending to their wounded and being able to handle what they can with their dead. Roughly a quarter of the crew were felled by the Sahagins, but were it not for your help, likely they would have almost all perished.
Good news. We'd helped.
That said,
I will offer healing assistance.
okay.
Same here as we were mopping up.
Okay. So basically,
as
over the
they're being
remainder of the day,
too
you're
much-
able to get everyone back to a workable state. Most of the crew no longer being like in life-threatening situations. Some still a bit rough, but they'll pull through.
And as they're being tended to, I'll kind of supplement any like duty on the ship.
Okay.
Kind of leave them of that. So
Perfect. So with your help, the ship continues on its southwesterly journey. Some hours pass and dusk falls upon the horizon. As it does, a light mist begins to pervade the area. And let me update.
okay. Does this seem to be a natural fog or mist? Because there is some distinction between the two.
It does.
Okay.
And let's see.
Not every strange weather phenomena is a curse coming towards us.
I have never been on the ocean before.
At least from your current vantage point. But soon the entire ship is engulfed within its less than comfortable embrace. The salty air is thick, and the mist begins, or within the mist, you begin to make out what looks to be knights on horseback, or at least ghostly apparitions of such. They gallop through the mist upon steeds that look as pallid and deathly as the knights themselves. And as they come
How
closer,
many?
hundreds.
Oh,
The closer they get, the more of their visage you're able to see. And
once I start seeing this, I do pull out the Mace of Disruption.
okay, looks like all of them are some form of either ghost or undead, but all very transparent. And faster they go through the mists, beginning to ride around the ship. Finally, the entire company of ghostly dead turns their sardonic countenance towards the ship, galloping their steeds in line with their looks. So basically, you're surrounded, and they're all moving in kind of together.
During the parade around the ship before this,
Mhm.
did any of them get close enough or touch the sides of the ship, or did they keep a distance?
They were at a distance until all of them were fully in that circle.
Okay, and as we're moving, is Blackmantle at the helm?
He is.
Okay,
Does he
What
seem
is-
disturbed by this?
correct. What's he
Oddly,
look like?
he doesn't. He doesn't
Then
even
I am
seem
not-
like he's paying attention to it.
Then
That's all the
I'm
comfort I need.
going to keep an eye, but not do anything.
How about the
yet.
rest of the crew?
Most of them look unnerved, but any of them that seem to glance back towards their captain then just continue to go about their business.
Fair enough. I'm a keep
Side-
on guard, but
Side question: can I history to determine if these are anything about these knights? Because they're clearly ghosts. I wonder if I could identify maybe where or when they came from.
Go for it, but give me at a disadvantage since it's a weird oceanic space.
Yeah, that's fair. A 2 or a 2?
You with the total 11 feel like you have heard of a story that sounded like this at some point. Knights that traversed the seas and their ships ended up being destroyed in a storm, but beyond that you can't remember too much.
Yeah, I think it was in a book by one of my uncles who was way into yachting.
you're saying this out loud?
Yeah, I'm pretty much saying, I remember my uncle had a book back in his yachting days, talked about a bunch of knights lost at sea in a storm. Wonder if this is related.
When Draho says that, I tell him,
What's a yacht?
no. I look at him and say, if they get if they advance or attack, get my attention. And I do start to try to go into my meditative state to see if I can feel where the ships that they may have been from are. Again, it only goes 3 miles, so I'm probably not going to pick them up. But
Yep. So they do, as I mentioned, start moving towards the ship. Their approach is fast, unearthly so. They seem to smash into each other, some falling away as the mist of whichever form is not congruent as much begins to dissipate. Others seem to take on a greater form, almost more solid, until they all finally crash over the ship. Their ghostly forms passing through each of you. Some of you, this happens multiple times. And as they collide with one another and with you in an ever-tightening grip towards the central mast, they end up dissipating in each of the collisions, and sunder of their mist forms upon each other. All seems to fall silent on the ship. The mist continues to cling, but no further apparitions appear. And that is where we will pause for this session.
okay.
All right. As always, thank you everyone for coming and watching, and thanks to my players for coming and playing.
Yep, thank you.
Yes.